It's funny. So I got pinged for copyright, and like the first time I played this, it pinged me for copyright. It didn't take the. It just said, "This is copyright." Oh, I'm getting. Oh, that's. Wait a minute. Kick. It just said, "This is copyright."
Good job.
There we go.
Kick is so stupid. So yeah, it pinged the first time, but it said this is copyrighted, but there's no one complains about it. It just said it's copyrighted, but you don't lose any of your ad rights. I was like, well, that's fine. Don't have ads. Doesn't do it anymore. I was like, that's really weird. Hey, Noel.
Nice.
How's it hanging? Number 50 of the year, Manol.
Number 50. Listen to this song.
We should get
What a
Noel
good
on the
song.
podcast.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
We
he'll
should.
love it.
Well, we've done it once. It's not impossible.
He
Oh,
doesn't do his face, though, does he?
who won the Rock 1000? Well, now the Rock 2000, gosh. Back in my day, the Rock was like, what, the Rock 100?
What was it, Rock 50?
I bet you, wait, don't tell me. I bet you that it was Foo Fighters that won the Rock 2000.
Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Oh, close. Was Foo
Not
Fighters
really.
second?
No, Metallica and Foo Fighters, not close. Sorry. Wrong decade.
There's two options that you get with The Rock. It's Metallica, it's Foo Fighters, or Devilskin for some reason.
So that's three options you just said then, but yeah. Okay.
Well, Devilskin doesn't count. Everlong from Foo
Everlong,
Fighters, was
so
it?
There you go, yeah.
Yep. It's like The Rock are like, hey guys, we play 50 songs. Now we got to come up with 2,000. What about just the 50 again and again and again and again?
Rock 2000, that's insane. I didn't realise it was that. It's probably really good though, because at the beginning you hear songs you don't normally hear. And the
Yeah.
last 50, you're like, oh, I've heard all these every week anyway, so.
Yeah, so the last, like what, 100 you could just basically turn off, because it basically sounds like The Rock on any given day.
I don't listen to The Rock. I remember when it was 1000. Because you're old. 2000 is not very good though, is it? Like 1000, way better as a kind of tagline. 2000 is just a bit weird.
Just a bit weird. And then it was like The Rock 1,500.
And 22.
Really?
Come on, that's a bit lame. Come on, guys.
Then it was 1,000 to 1,500. Oh, I just said what? You'd put 1,500 though in 1,500 way, not 1,500. Like it's two numbers. It reads well, but it's really confusing for my brain.
Oh man.
Hey Tony, how's it hanging?
Hello, hello.
Oh, we're watching is the top 13 upcoming stuff for 2023 on Xbox. That's what we're watching, if anyone's watching it. Linkin Park's not a proper rock group, but they're just like a pop group.
Oh my word! Of course, Linkin Park number third. It's become so obvious, you know.
Well, they play music
Foo
from the
Fighters.
90s, or maybe 80s, but mostly 90s and 2000s, don't they? There's nothing else.
Ah,
And anything for 2000s is just pop rock, basically, like Linkin Park.
yeah, it's just annoying, you know. Come on, guys. There's really.
Have you been to
good.
New Zealand and listened to the radio stations, dude? They still
No.
swear on the radio stations.
I like how you say that. Like that's not the cool thing to do anymore.
Well, it's not. You don't swear on the radio. It's like public radio. You don't swear. We don't even swear on the podcast. Like, it's insane.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty
very
funny, though.
immature.
It is very immature. Come on, guys. Is it Jono and Ben still on?
I don't know. No, I don't listen to the radio in the slightest.
That'll be hilarious if they are.
I'm sure they are. Jono with his weird voice. There's this Munchkin
Yeah.
boy, deep voice.
Oh.
No, have you seen him though? He's a little Munchkin.
Yeah, he's bald, eh?
He's kind of got a squashed up face.
I probably get Jono and Ben confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jono and Ben. Yeah, they're the younger ones. He's quite oldish. He's older guy.
Jono.
Some C-class station. Yeah, definitely.
Australia's version is, who are those two guys, Carl?
Hamish and Andy.
Hamish and Andy. They're a lot funnier.
Hamo and Ando.
Hamo and Ando.
Nolo.
I should
Carlo.
have also.
What do they call you in there then? Do they call you Carlo or something?
No, it's
Hey,
Carly
dog.
or Carl.
Carl.
Carl. Like,
Yeah.
hey, Carl. I'm like, no. Or it's like, I sign my emails off, regards, Kyle, or dash Kyle. And they're like, hi, Carly.
It's very strange.
It's very
Read the
Aussie.
email.
Though. Pronounce the last letter of the word.
Kyle.
Kylie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ends in E, doesn't it? So
Kyle. The people at the place I get my food from, they know my name.
Oh, nice.
So, don't know why.
the
other
guys I
people
get coffee from, I always get a pastry and a coffee in the morning, and they literally have the pastry waiting for me. It's amazing.
Cool.
Excellent.
You know, when you made it when your coffee shop actually has the pastry waiting for you, heating up as you walk in. It's all there. You just pick it up and go.
Okay, I just needed to remind you guys, get some of your stats from True Achievements as well for tonight.
I've got True Achievements up,
Okay.
so I can grab them. Ooh, I can hear myself. Hang on.
Me too.
Excellent. Should we begin?
Can we begin? Yes. I was just waiting for this conversation to end, actually. Well, we were
It's a good convo.
complaining about The Rock.
I hate The Rock so much. Both the person and the radio station.
Yes. Right, hitting it.
This is the Xbox Cast.
Hello and welcome to a very sad episode of Game Face. This is the only Xbox podcast that covers the games that we three have been playing, and this is the last episode that's going to cover the games that we three have been playing, because tonight it is Simone's last episode with us, for who knows how long. And on a side note, we're looking for a third host if you guys are interested.
Yeah, they need a replacement, guys.
And also, it's a mini celebration because it's our 50th episode of the year. I mean, how good is that? We have almost as many episodes as there are weeks in the year.
That's
Yes.
a point. There's one made.
Thank you. So, joining me tonight is Lee and Simone, and I'm your host, Carl, and we're going to chat about our game face. All probably mostly about Starfield, but we have some extra surprises around just to keep you guys entertained for the next hour and a bit as we basically go over our games of the year so far, like honorable mentions and things like that. So how
That's
you guys
right.
doing on this fine Friday night?
Actually, may I just say that we, if I may say so myself, we are the first to do Game of the Year this year as a podcast. So
We are leading the way.
we're leading the way.
We're trendsetters.
Yep,
Game
yep.
of the year in September.
No, it doesn't matter. We're first.
Oh, yeah, cool. I suppose we all know what our game of the year is then.
I was about to say, is it going to be a game of the year though? Like, could we just? This could be it.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one, hey, because what else is to come out that could be a contender?
Well, Spider-Man because it's PlayStation, basically.
Oh, no, I mean our personal. Game
Oh,
of
our
the Year.
personal ones.
Indeed.
Forza.
Oh, really? So boring.
Oh, man. So, how you guys doing tonight, Mr. Lee?
I'm all right. It's
It's a fun
Friday.
Friday night. Yeah.
The week
You
has
feel like
been
you have
finished.
energy? Energy
not
to
bad
podcast?
actually. I'm not feeling sleepy, which is nice. I've been
Oh,
having. I
good.
think I've been sick all week, so I've been falling asleep on the couch at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Right.
Just eat food, fall asleep for an hour or two, wake up, and then watch a bit of TV. I'm like, this isn't right, falling asleep so early and then waking up again. That's weird.
Have you been watching scammer videos?
No,
Hmm.
but I don't watch them when I'm sick or well, so
Oh, those are really good when you're sick.
I just don't know if they are.
They're perfect to fall asleep to. You know, you fall asleep feeling sick to
Do you feel
knowing that
scammed in your
there's
sleep, though? In your dreams? Do you get scammed in your dreams all the time?
I
You
feel
wake
like
up
there's
going,
justice in the
crap, I've
world."
just given some of my credit card details. Oh no.
No, I wake up feeling like there's justice. Justice has been done.
Ah, because of the opposite. They're not the people being scammed, they're people catching out the scammers. Ah, I got you.
Yeah, the people catching up the scammers. So.
Okay, just don't wake up
Really?
before the ending,
It's-
that's all.
It's Kyle's version of a feel-good movie. Scammers getting caught. So yeah, it's like comfort watching while
Yeah.
he's sick.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yes. How are you, Carl?
Good. It's Friday night. It's cold outside but warm in the house, so I'm always happy when you put the heater on.
It was 20 degrees the last couple of days.
The last
Oh, that's so interesting.
I know,
beginning
it's
of
so
this
nice.
week was fantastic. And then what happened? Just got cold.
Melbourne.
Shocking.
No, well, no, that's really interesting because we were having really warm days last week and you guys were freezing.
Mm.
So
So who's getting the weather first? Are we or New Zealand?
New Zealand gets everything first.
Ah, that's true.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
And how
I
are you,
feel
Simone?
like it's kind of like my birthday. You have to agree with everything I say. tonight.
Yes. Yes, Simone. Yes,
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So now we know how Simone is. It's her birthday. We
It's
all
a
have to-
birthday, and you're all going to do
It's
what I
not
say.
really, just for the record, please don't wish me happy birthday.
Yes.
Okay, now I'll tell you how I am. Sorry, Carl, I just spoke over you. What did you say?
I said, wish happy last podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just please don't tell me it's my birthday. It's gone. And I didn't tell anybody. So, you know,
Wait,
you get
what? Happy
those
birthday for whenever you didn't tell us.
June.
June. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you. So, you know those surgical gloves that every child's been to the hospital at least once before they maybe hit teenagehood. And you get a surgical glove for whatever reason and you can blow them up, okay? And you can get them quite round and then the fingers are quite puffy and they stick out almost like they don't belong to the palm part. Okay,
Mhm.
you follow?
hmm
That's my feet at the moment. Just, oh, it's bizarre.
I don't think people want to know about some puffy, swollen feet. It's a bit
Well,
weird.
you asked me how I was, and
Oh,
I'm
no,
just
this is fair. No, yeah, this is good. How is it? Are
person
you just
does,
wearing
isn't it?
slippers then, basically? Is that what you're saying?
Today I wore a couple years ago. Friends of ours gifted us some socks that are basically slippers. So they've got grippy bits at the bottom and they're really fluffy on the inside. So I just wore that all day.
Nice.
So incredible. Yep. So there you go. You asked how I was. I'm telling
There
the
you go.
truth.
Puffy feet.
Oh, just do what normal people do.
She has
Lie. Yes,
surgical
I'm
gloves
fine, I'm
feet.
good.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
A bit strange.
I
But it's-
can't. I can't keep up with. I don't know what to say after that though.
Sorry.
I know. It does kind of,
It's derailed the whole podcast.
yeah.
Okay, no, that's all right. Kyle, why don't you explain? Does tonight's podcast have a slightly different format than usual?
Yes, it does. I explained a little bit in the intro, but basically we're going to do like honorable mentions, shout outs, like what we enjoyed so far of the games this year. And then we're going to get into the Starfield stuff because we can't just spend an hour talking about Starfield. And also 50th episode. I mean, how awesome is that?
Yeah,
Good
that's
job,
right.
guys. For those that have stuck around for the past year, you've sat through basically 50 times 2. So what's that? 100
Yeah,
hours?
like
of
100
podcast?
hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
Get a life, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys.
We are their life, Simone.
I hope that when you listen to us, you're doing something else at the same time because, we're not that
Looking at us
interesting.
on the TV. That's what they should be doing. Yeah.
Yes, eating chips.
Eating chips.
Eating
Yes.
chips, watching us on the TV, and listening to a previous episode that we recorded.
Mm.
That's the best way to go about
Just
life.
bathe yourself in the XboxCast.
Heavily coming at you in stereo.
That's
what
right.
Everyone wants.
Have you guys ever had dreams about us?
Oh my God, please do not answer that.
No.
Because Gary
No,
falls
don't,
asleep
don't.
listening to us sometimes, so that's just a bit weird.
Yeah, and doesn't Tony do that as well, or no?
Oh, she
Not
does, that's
anymore.
right, because then we wake her up with the music at the end.
So there you go. You're
If you guys
welcome.
have had dreams about us, then just, there's a special room in Discord where you can tell us these things. That's kind of private. No one else will know. So run amok.
It's called the Zoo. Yeah.
It is called the zoo.
186 has been dreaming about you, Carl.
I mean, I wish I could be like, oh, that's so flattering, but it's like, it's to be expected.
Ah, it's not even a surprise.
Right. So
We need
we
to
are
move on.
good. It is the end of the week. It is our 50th episode and also Simone's last episode. So it's kind of a bit of an emotional roller coaster for everyone, isn't it? You know? Because I mean,
Yeah.
one Friday, oh, Simone's leaving. Yay, kind of game shout out. And then even yay, Starfield stuff, maybe? I don't know.
And she's got puffy feet too.
Oh, and then this
Yay.
puppy brings
You
it
know
all
the
way
name of the
down.
podcast though? I've got puffy feet.
Oh no, no, I just can't. There's a little sausage feet.
Surgical glove feet.
Ugh.
The funny thing is I've always kind of been like a long-toed type of person, not toenails. Like I have long,
Are they like
skinny-
fingers? Are they like fingers, basically?
yes,
Right.
yep.
Excellent.
They're long, like
Because
monkey
that's not
feet.
weird.
Helpful.
Monkey feet. Helpful with
Yep.
picking up cups.
Yes,
And
yeah, I can do
pens.
a lot. I used to be able to do a lot with my feet. Now they're short, stubby, little. I don't know
Normal.
what
Normal size feet?
normal feet. I don't know. Useless anyway.
Normal
They-
picking up cups and spoons and pens.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now all they're good for is helping me keep my balance, and that's a struggle.
Because you're a bit like out kind of shaped. So, yes.
That's right. My balance is all out of whack. So
Oh, my word. From monkey feet into normal feet. How do you people live with these normal feet? You can't do anything with them.
Can't pick things up with these normal feet. What is this?
Mine's- She's had to put her foot keyboard away.
Yes.
She was playing the keyboard while doing work.
It's when you start knitting with your feet. That's when it gets really good. That's when you know you
Yep.
made it.
There we go.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
rest in peace. Helpful.
This
feet.
podcast, this should rest in peace. They've just killed the podcast.
We're about to enter into a whole different type of audience if we keep up this.
Yeah,
feet
that's
talk.
true. Yeah, OnlyFans.
That's
bro.
true. If we name this episode "Rest in Peace," I think that would be quite fitting, just for the record.
Oh.
Rest in feet.
Oh. The people that like feet do tend to have more money than sense. And the people that like our podcast seem to have more sense than money. So maybe
Do
we
they,
should
though?
pivot.
I don't know if they have that much sense.
No, isn't like sense the currency?
Ah. yes.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Come on, guys. Right. Focus.
Okay.
Okay,
Focus,
sorry.
Focus.
I'm just
Right.
excited.
We are excited. It's Friday night and it's nice and warm. So
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
now let us take a brief snapshot of this moment in time, where we are for the year in terms of our gaming lives. So going back to the true achievements, to our stats for 2023, looking at my stats, this has been so far.
Have
we're
you played
only-
any games this year?
Well, I'm getting there. Getting there. You got to warm up the audience. So this
No, but
year,
I mean, have you actually played any games? I wasn't sure if you have.
yeah, I mean, just a few. I've gotten 812 achievements so far this year.
Wow.
Yep. 66,463 gamer score. Don't look at the ratio. That doesn't exist
Baby games.
completely. I started 45 new games, played 56, and completed 28.
Oh, completed. That's pretty good.
I bet you those completed all came from April Achievement Challenge.
Yes. I'll put
Yep.
money on that.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, so far this year I've been playing just a few games. And you guys?
Oh,
Well-
I'll let Ghostman go for last as it's her podcast.
Okay, I won just over 200 achievements this year so far, and that was over 35 different games.
Hmm.
So I'm pretty stoked with that.
That's good for you to play different games. That's good.
I love playing different games, and I jump into old games frequently.
All
But
the
this
games.
year I had a different tactic, and I played lots of brand new games, not caring about finishing old
There you go,
ones.
see?
So it's been a really interesting year for me. Hit and misses really,
Hmm.
which is it's good to know. It means you get to find out what you like, and if you don't like it, just
especially if you
move
play
on.
different genres, it's kind of interesting to play different stuff like that, isn't it? Stuff that goes.
Yes,
This is a
Yeah, no,
400-hour game, but we're going to play it anyway just because I'm curious.
Yeah.
exactly.
Just 'cause
Like
it's
Red
fun.
Dead Redemption 2.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry. What other stats would be interesting? In April, I got just over 3,000 points.
Nice.
I've gone over on true achievement score. I'm over 100,000 now points.
Ooh, okay.
And I think I'm at 65 points in total.
65?
65.
A whole 65 points.
65,000.
Oh,
Those achievements that were like 65 gamer score and then worth 100,000 for achievement. That's what Simone's been
they're the
working on all
ones you
year.
want, aren't they? That's good TA. If you're going to get TA,
Thank
that's
you.
good TA.
Thank you. Yep, I'm working on my own little projects here.
Find the most ridiculous game points you can possibly get.
Yep, that's right.
Mr. Lee.
So I've got 641 achievements this year.
Mhm.
49 games played. A total of 38,000 gamer score. Or 47,000 true achievements. I did notice I'm above you on true achievements, actually, Kyle.
Yes,
Yes.
that's if you go for harder achievements. Or you stick with games longer like Forza to
Yeah.
get those end game type achievements.
Yeah, I just thought this was quite interesting because it's like 15, 17,000. It's quite a decent amount.
It's a decent true achievements amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. But you know the thing about the Xbox dashboard? It doesn't show true achievement score.
No, but most of us look at true achievements as a proper scale.
You mean the nerds?
The gamers. We're called gamers, actually.
Gamers. So we've all played quite a few games this year. Now, normally we save this for our end of the year podcast, our game of the year award. But what exciting games have we played this year? You know, this is the shout outs. What are the games that got us hyped, that got us excited, that we played and we just fell in love with the game? We were like, this is super cool. What the heck? Why have I taken this long to play it?
Just to clarify, XboxCast is still going to hold a Game of the Year episode.
Of course.
Mhm.
So this is just a teaser, yeah?
This is a so far story, so far thing.
Oh, Carl took a sip of water and now he's dying.
And now I've just died.
Oh, don't die.
Are you okay?
Don't die,
Yep,
bro.
I
You're
will live.
doing
you-
it wrong. You got to put down the other hole.
That's what I've been drinking. I've been drinking water wrong.
All this time.
That
dude.
was the most efficient, smoothest mute I've ever seen in my life. Or did you not put yourself on mute?
I'm talking to you, Carl, not me. I wasn't dying. Oh, he's muted himself. permanently.
Oh, can't hear him
He's
now.
broken the
Oh, what did he
machine.
do? His coughing broke
His
it.
coffin broke it. It muted itself.
Oh no.
Permanently.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
no.
did. So
It
he
knows.
coughed and the mic was just like, right.
Hello?
No,
No,
dead,
you've
Carl.
Broken it. Oh.
Absolutely
Do you want
nothing.
my mic that's down here on the floor? I've got one down here on the floor for you.
That's weird.
Well,
Might have to
have you
plug
tried
things in.
unplugging
and-
it and plug back in again?
Yeah.
Didn't he have issues with him last time? Doing something?
There was something.
Oh,
what
no, it
happened?
was-
to-
The podcast,
Game
last
face.
podcast, I had to do the games on my own for a while because he decided to connect to the wrong Wi-Fi.
Internet. Internet died again last night.
Oh.
Apparently, an intern unplugged something. Or that was Kyle's.
Yeah, there's always blame the interns. Yeah, for sure.
Always. How interesting.
What's he doing, I wonder? Do you want some IT help? Email
It
help
looks like he's.
at thexboxcast.co.nz.
Hang on, I'm getting texts.
Help.
Road has crashed.
Oh, he's crashed on the road.
Are you going to try restart it, my love?
There we go. Road
No.
is-
Ah,
Welcome back.
oh, man, I start coughing, start dying, and suddenly Road, the microphone application, just dies. And
So,
crashes
Simone was really
with me.
impressed the way you muted yourself as you coughed.
Well, I did mute myself, and then obviously bringing myself back from mute, it just
Ah.
decided to. Oh, yeah, definitely.
oh, that's okay. That's all
Welcome
right.
back.
Thank you. I'm back. What did I miss? I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, you couldn't hear
Oh,
anything.
you couldn't hear anything.
I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't talk.
Oh,
We
sorry.
We had
I
a
thought
conversation with you.
I thought you could still hear us, but that's why you were doing so many charades. I'm like, yeah, I know it's not working, Carl. Just get it working.
Oh, well, we'll fix that in post, I think. Well, Lee will.
Oh, yeah, I'll
that
fix
in
that. It's fine. I'll sort all that.
Oh well, I mean, I don't know. We had a good conversation.
Yeah.
I never do anything. I just put a beginning and end in it and make sure it's the right length. And that's it. I never touch it. Because I think it's funny having broken stuff in the middle, so I just leave it.
Well, people still listen, so we must be doing something all right.
Okay, cool. So games we played this year.
Yes. honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
We're still going to have a game of the year, so don't give anything away in terms of, what your game of the year is or what your worst game is, but just games where you kind of just fell in love with them. They were like, this is a good experience. Why has it taken me this long to play this game?
I want to get in first, actually, because I
Go for
played
it.
on the 2nd of January.
Yeah.
No, 7th of January. Tell a lie, 7th of January. Oh, no, it was the 2nd, and I finished it on the 7th. So for 5 days, I played High on Life,
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
which was an incredible game. And the DLC's come out soon now.
Mm-hmm.
I think soon, actually. I think it's this month. This month is coming out. That game was
Yeah.
awesome. And that came out, I think I got it almost a day one, I think. It was pretty quick. It came out, I got it.
Yeah, no,
Straight
you
away.
jumped into it straight away.
Yeah.
And I forgot that you finished that. So that's
Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
didn't get all the collectibles. I did the story and did some running
Yeah,
around,
sure.
But yeah.
Sure.
Awesome game. Like 16 hours or so. So it was a good length for that sort of length.
Time.
Yeah, it's not too long. Like it's a fun game to
Especially-
run around. It's funny.
Yeah, especially that type of game. You don't want it hanging around for way too long.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that is I'm going to bring that to. So that's one of my unexpected surprise games that I kind of picked up and went, oh, that was really good actually. That was a real surprise
Oh,
because
yeah.
it kind of came out of nowhere and appeared and then was funny.
Debatable.
I knew you'd say that, but no, well, I think it was funny. Yeah, some of the characters and the guns are really funny. Where they interact with each other was really good because you'd hold one. At one point, they fell out. One of the guns fell out with all the rest of the guns. They blamed him for something, and for ages they were giving him stick. It was really funny the whole way through. And then one of the guys was trying to defend him a little bit, and yeah, it was really good. He was feeling really bad for what he did, and they're like, "Well, we hate you. You should go now. We don't like you," and all this sort of stuff. It was brilliant. It was so good.
Well, your reenactment of it's probably funnier than the.
No,
the
it was
game.
funny. It was really funny because it wasn't just like a joke. It continued for ages. Them giving him a stick as well. It was really
Okay.
good. It was very funny.
Brilliant. Well, okay, I'll pick up. I've got a handful here, and they're in sections. I realize I kind of had a theme this year, but I wanted to just tag on to Lee's, just mentioning humor. That this year, I just wanted to say, as an honorable mention, Phoenix Rising is really funny. It's the funniest game I've played this year.
And that's an Ubisoft game, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the girl with the bow and arrow running around.
the Greek, Roman gods. Is it Roman? Yeah, okay, because you've got Hermes. Oh,
Yes.
that's good fun.
Those gods.
it's
Yes.
good fun, and the character creation's good fun, and you end up with a very beautiful character. So, I think it's designed like that.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was all the same. Just a character you picked up. I didn't realize it was actually creation of a character.
Neither did I at first. You haven't played it at all, Haley.
No, I want to play it. I did install it for a while, and it was sat on my Xbox for like 6 months to play.
Right. Yeah, no, it's good fun. And I haven't finished it, but when I do, I'm reminded how funny the narrators are. Because you've got these two guys up in the heavens, and they're narrating what you're getting up to,
Ah, that's so cool.
and it's good fun. There's some puzzly parts to it, which I don't enjoy so much, but everything else surrounding that's good fun.
And the DLC is supposed to be very good as well. There's some sort of god
Yes, I've-
something DLC. It's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, I've heard that's good as well.
Yeah. It's a solid
Haven't
game.
played it yet.
It's not too big. It's an Ubisoft game, which is not massive as well, from the sound of it.
And it just flies under the radar.
Yeah.
It really is really good fun. Everybody that's played it has loved it.
Yep.
So, yeah, give it a go.
Yeah,
Kyle?
so two games from the beginning of the year that stand out. Vampire Survivors. Got into that
Yes.
in January.
Good job.
Really, really good addictive game.
That's such a good Christmas game.
It was such a good Christmas game. And it's a fantastic game to do to pass the controller to friends.
Yes.
Be like, I've had my run, now your run. Let's see how you can last and your book
Yes.
and all the rest.
Or to your mom.
Yep. To give to my mom for her to play. That was always fun. She just keeps going, ooh, 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 as she
Ooh,
walks into the trees. So that was good. There's another game that popped up here. Deliver Us the Moon. I finally finished the story for that.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job.
Fantastic game. Really, really worth playing.
Are
But
you
then
going to
also-
play Deliver Us from Mars?
When it goes on sale, yes.
Yeah.
I've seen reviews and apparently it's not as good,
Oh, shame. Okay.
which is a pity. But then in January was also when we got into Immortality, I think.
Let me check.
Oh, that long ago?
Nah.
Oh, you guys.
Not in mine.
When did we get into Immortality then?
Maybe it was
Because-
a bit later.
No, Immortality is pitching up on my January 23 thing.
Okay. I sorry, I got confused because I played it later. But yeah, you guys played it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have a look.
Have
I
a look
believe
at
Kyle. The stats
I believe as
don't
well, but
lie.
I'm curious why I can't see it on mine.
Hmm.
No, mine's September 22.
September.
Yep. So it took me 4 months to convince you to play it then.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it does.
So
Yes.
maybe in January I was just cleaning up achievements in it. But
Well, no, don't
you
you
know,
have your if you
Ah.
have your list, it has your start date on it.
let me have a look. But yeah, that was a pretty interesting month, January, you know. Seems to be the three main games that I was focusing on. All three really good games. So highly recommended. Oh yeah, you're right.
It's-
September's when we started, sorry. So about this time last year. It's been a year of
Oh,
man. And we still have no idea what's going on. Gosh.
No, no idea, no.
Hmm.
Because I spent most of my January playing Batman.
Oh yes.
I was playing Batman on Return to Arkham, which is a cool game.
Not the Gotham Knights, wasn't it?
Ah,
Oh,
no,
no.
Gotham Knights was actually year before.
Oh yes. You
I
were
thought
playing
the
with
same. but
Kingsman.
no.
oh
So I
my
played-
goodness.
Gotham Knights was actually, I started that in October. And last time I got an achievement was 31st of December, so I must complete the game in 31st. I put 53 hours in that game.
Okay.
This year has gone so quickly.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, very much so.
Just
I
looking
feel
at
like
the games.
Gotham Knights was just the other day.
Yeah, when I checked, I thought, I had a really good year. I remember playing Gotham Knights, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
I didn't. It was the year before.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So my February was a kind of really started well with Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes.
Oh yes. And how many hours did you sink into that game?
80 hours I put in that game.
So that is a very good recommendation then.
That's an
Good
amazing
feedback.
game. Yes, so good.
Hogwarts. Jump into Hogwarts.
Such a
you'll-
good game.
you'll
And I
spend
haven't finished
80
all
hours.
the collectibles as well. There's collectibles and there's the, what are they called? The Merlin quests things that you do. And there's
yeah.
tons of them to do. I just I don't really care, so I just did the story. I was hoping for DLC to come out actually. I thought I'd jump back in if DLC came out.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, supposedly, but they reckon they're doing number 2 actually.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's what's
That's,
rumored is they're actually developing number 2, so they may not
That's
do
a
DLC.
bold move, eh?
It's a huge hit though, and it's an awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt good. Like the controls were really good, the messing around in broom was really good. The monsters you fight with, the spells felt really good. Everything was just right, just really well put together game. And kind of it came out and everyone was a bit suspicious of it. I think as well, being Harry Potter, but
Yeah. But it just took off, eh?
yeah, they hit it right. Yeah, it was really well done. And it was a good sized map. Like the map was big, but it wasn't ridiculous. It was kind of fun running around just doing stuff in it. Yeah, and that killed up most of my February, I believe.
Yeah. Which is interesting because weren't we supposed to be playing Friendly Feb?
It was kind of friendly.
It was kind of friendly.
Kind of friendly. I was
what
defending the
was-
good people of Hogwarts.
What was your Friendly Feb game then?
That's a really good question. Maybe the Grand Tour.
Oh yeah, probably. What was your Friendly Feb game, Simone?
I played I only played friendly games. Oh, hang on. No, sorry.
I love when you say that and
Here's-
then go, oh, wait. That one where you kill
There's one
everybody."
entry. Sorry, there's one entry in there for Gears of War 4. But no, I played several friendly games in February. Mostly Urban Flow, which is a traffic control game that's a bit niche. But the game that I had planned to play, start to finish, was Pentiment.
Ah, yes.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And I also played Power Wash Simulator in February, which I really, really enjoyed.
Have you
Yeah.
played the new DLC come out? There's, what's the last one that's come out now? Back to the Future DLC or something?
No,
There's
no, I
more
haven't.
DLC come out for it.
I think everyone who plays Power Wash Simulator ends up enjoying it.
Yep. It's such a good concept and it's made well. It's one of those games that could be
You should
really
talk
cheap.
you should talk to Tony about how she enjoys that game because it lost her save when she'd done like 97% of the fire station.
Oh no.
Yeah. And there's an achievement for getting the fire station, but you're not allowed to use ladders to clean it. You've got to like jump or use extensions. So she spent all the time jumping to kind of get all the top bits.
Uh-huh.
Then it crashed.
that's
And it took
funny.
I don't know if she's gone back to it, but it took a long time to go back to that game. Like months
Gosh.
and months. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get a bit burnt by the game, and then you go, "Oh, really?" And then you don't want to
Yeah.
go back.
Well, I got Valhalla
Yeah.
day one, like 3 years ago, basically. And I really haven't gone back to it once since it burnt me. I lost 10 hours, went back to it once, and then never went back again. Just went,
Yeah, fair enough.
I can't redo these missions again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You just kind of go, "I've done it. I've seen it. Do I really need to see it again?"
97% then crash. Yeah, see, it's you. Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
gone back and got the achievement now, though. She has gone back finally.
Good job. Keep it up.
Good
Well,
job.
great.
I would not have cared.
Yes. My friendly fair game was The Witness. Still
yes.
haven't finished it yet.
Ah.
It's a very, very puzzly game. Very puzzly. More puzzly than I expected. I thought the puzzles would be intriguing and interesting, but I'm stuck on one puzzle. And it's amazing how being stuck on a puzzle just kind of sucks your enthusiasm for the game out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But speaking to people who love the game and who finished it, say, if you're stuck on a puzzle, you're not stuck going forwards. You can always go do other puzzles, go do other sections of the map. So you're not ever stuck. But I feel like I'm stuck at a puzzle that I should know, you know?
It's almost like you got 98% of it worked out, and it's just this little
Yeah, and then it's just,
sliver of a mistake.
there's one thing that is just not clicking. So that kind of just has sucked all the air out from that game. So I'll go back when I've got some time, when I want to chill out with something that's not, demanding attention every 6 seconds like some other games are. But another game I also started in February that's worth a shout out is Wasteland 3, which is very much not a friendly Feb game.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very unfriendly game again.
Everyone struggles in February, don't they?
They do. They do. I mean, we can only be so friendly before you're just like, and now I need to murder something.
Oh, that's healthy.
It's better than
It's
doing it in
healthy.
real life.
Yes.
Indeed. So yeah, Wasteland 3, also a good shout out. Fantastic game, but definitely one of those games you got to sink hours and hours into. And, well, that's not going to happen for the rest of the year, unfortunately.
You started it in February, though.
I did, and I was really enjoying it. But then, other games come out.
Yes, they do, yes. I'm really quiet, actually. I looked at my February. That was all I kind of got. All the rest of the games. I had a bunch of games I was doing reviews for.
Yeah, so you were
yes.
focusing on those games, really.
Yeah. That was kind of my April as well.
I started Frostpunk at the beginning of this year.
Oh, cool. That's a good game.
Oh, nice. Great
and
game.
it was a good one. Yeah.
Okay, so March. Coming after Friendly Feb, March is typically the month where we dive headlong straight back into murder, dismemberment, and blood and gore. So, what did we dive into?
Well, that's a good question. I've played next to nothing in March, so I'm just trying to work. I'm having a look at our calendar to see
I
if
played
we.
Bullet Beat. Does that count? On
Yeah,
Windows.
yeah. I'm
Just
also
trying to
looking.
see.
We must have had a really busy March because I only played
Yeah.
2 games in March. Still Vampire Survivors, which is following me around for ages. And then I started Atomic Heart, which is also really fun, and I wish I'd spent more time in it.
Yeah, see, Hogwarts Legacy I finished on the 27th of March.
Oh, yep.
So I think that was the last time I got an achievement in it anyway.
Oh, yep. So that's all you were focusing on in March.
Yeah, I feel like it's this sort of year that I've been just doing big games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's been a good year for big games.
Yeah.
Okay. We did go away for a weekend in March,
Mm.
and you hurt your hand. You had that operation on your hand in March.
Just-
Yep. So playing
So that
games
could
was
be
a bit sore.
that could have been it. Yep.
Mm.
I only played Yakuza. It looks like,
Oh,
which
yeah.
by the way I really enjoyed.
Also, a lot of fun. That game had some fantastic stories that you were telling us on the podcast.
Oh yeah, and heaps to come, I'm sure, because I nowhere near finished.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's good
such
fun.
a crazy game.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it
It's a-
is.
it's a perfect podcast game because you'll tell someone the story of what you've done in Yakuza, and you'll be like, they'll go away thinking, no, that doesn't sound right. In a game, you did that in a game. That's very strange.
I picked up rubbish in a game and sent it off to the recycling. And I'm a mob member, just for the context. Just for context.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
And then, of
weird.
course, yeah. Then, of course, the biggest gaming month of the year for us is April with our April Achievement Challenge. My word, what a April this was.
Yeah, so my big game, actually there's two. Oh, there's several. My main game for April was Her Story, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
played on Windows, and I loved it. Loved it to pieces. Such a cool story.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other short game I played was Hindsight, which was an Annapurna game,
Oh, yep.
which short little
Are you
puzzler.
blind or something? That one is that one?
You think backwards. You're going through memories.
Ah.
Oh, you're thinking of Beyond Eyes.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
Yeah. No, Hindsight. Your mom has just passed away, and you're cleaning up her house, and as you do so, you're going through memories and working through your feelings about her
Getting feels.
because she was very strict.
Got you.
But Kyle, it also looks like we started Dying Light.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Started Dying Light in August and April, which
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. That game is great fun.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
I think it's all right as well. I've got like 3.5 hours in that game somehow. I'm not entirely sure how though.
We should all play together. sometimes.
Yeah,
I
didn't
know
you
it's-
play with Kyle?
Yeah. We all played with
Oh.
all of us play, or just me and Carl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you guys, I think.
It's a- yeah, I really, really enjoyed Dying Light, actually. I think it was a fantastically fun game. It's especially fun with friends.
Yeah.
See, I just found the whole thing annoying. I found the controls annoying.
The controls are difficult. It's more puzzly than I expected. Nighttime is terrifying though. So for me, nighttime it's just boost at home, which is really exciting and adrenaline inducing. And Kyle just tries to fight the zombies, and we're like
Oh.
level 5. So he's down, and I'm like, oh, do I try run home or do I try and revive
Just leave
him?
them dead.
He brought this on himself. I don't know. Should I be a good wife tonight?
Zombie
No, rescue
apocalypse. It's all about running in zombie apocalypse. You not read or
No,
seen
exactly.
the movies and stuff. Just run.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, no, April was good fun, and I think I might have spent more hours organizing April Achievement Challenge than I did playing games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
that's
for April
right.
Achievement
Yeah,
Challenge,
yeah.
we had some really cool graphs.
And they were good fun to make,
Hmm.
but they do take time.
I had a really weird April because I was really busy. I think in April, I think I lost 2 weeks for some reason. I can't remember what it was. Was it work?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
Something
started your
happened.
new job in
Yeah,
April,
that's
and
right.
basically it just wiped you out.
Oh,
right?
the 10th. That's right. I started on the 10th of April. No job.
Mm,
And it just wiped you out for the middle of April during the competition.
Yeah, that's right. And then I came back and I had like the last the weekend or something. I'm looking at this. I knocked out on the 29th and the 30th. I knocked out about 10 games.
Jeez, that's pretty good going. Man. So on the 30th, I ended up with 24,301 true achievement score in one day.
It's so low, bro. Though, because if I look at mine, mine's like 37,000 or something insane. Because I was
Jeez,
going
in
for
one day.
quality over quantity, wasn't I, to start with? I think I
Yeah.
won on the what do you call it? The TA ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
But
TA
in-
ratio was 37,700. Sorry, my
Yeah.
TA was 37,700. Yeah,
yeah, and Kyle was just going for gamer score.
just going for game
Yep.
school. Yep.
But to put into perspective about how much we played in April, my 66,000 gamer score that I got for the entire year, 61,000 comes from April. So,
So sorry, that's just 2023.
That's
so,
just
yeah,
the beginning of this year. Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
So in April 2023, I got 61,000 gamer score. My total gamer score as of now for 2023 is 66,000. So, yes, It all came from April. April was a beast of a month. Just playing
It always is.
stupid baby games. Oh my word.
Yep.
And if you guys are interested in joining for our April Achievement Challenge next year, there's some sales going on. Got to line those pockets with the baby games.
Oh my god.
Yep. That's right.
Then May is an interesting month because we're normally super hyped on April, doing a lot of gaming with really bad games. May tends to take a bit of a back seat where we don't play as many games or we don't play any games at all.
Yeah.
So I played 3 really interesting games actually. Then, though.
Yep.
Ravenlock.
Oh, yes.
Which Simone, you need to play this game. It's awesome. It's perfect. It's right down your
Okay.
alley. This game. It's really good. Like it's got
Not
puzzles.
puzzly.
No, but
I
not
don't
really.
like
The
puzzles.
puzzles are not hard. But I can do them. They're really not that hard.
Okay.
And it's a fun game. It's like a really cool, just a cool run around, do stuff. Not very long, like 10-hour game or something. Like it's a really good little game. I played Redfall, which interesting
yeah?
enough, both of them I both put 4 hours into both of those games. Strangely, and Ravenlock I'd basically completed. I think almost finished it. And Redfall I played for a while. I kind of found Redfall a bit weird. I don't know. I never really wanted to go back.
Yeah. There's mentions, though, that they're working on getting it better and making it a proper game. Doing
I
a
just
No
don't
Man's
think. I
Sky.
think they're just saying that just to appease people, but I don't think they are.
Interesting.
I think
I'd
we-
heard something similar.
Yeah, last week they talked about it, didn't they? They said, "Don't worry, we're still working on Redfall."
Yeah.
Sure, you are. Okay, and also
Yeah,
I played
I'm
Dead
not-
Island 2 as well. Sorry,
Oh, yes. Because you got the code for it.
got the code for it. Yeah,
Nice. And how
It-
was it?
it's cool. I only played for like a couple hours, but it was a cool game. It's a zombie game, obviously, but it's very much about crafting. It's a very much
yep.
a crafting game. So there's lots of because you use a weapon, it wears out, but then you can kind of add get a stick and add a knife to it and stuff like that. There's a whole world of things you can do to it, and yeah, I think I don't know why I stopped playing it, but I just kind of I don't know. Zombie games I find they're kind of interesting, but again they get sidetracked by side stories normally, and forget
Yeah.
to do the main stories.
Zombie games are an interesting kind of case study as well because you've got this constant threat of zombies around you and then all these other mechanics around the zombies, but you just end up getting, I don't know, lost, not really interested in the zombies so much. You know?
Yeah, I had a mission. My last mission I picked up was get from one side of town to the other. So really, the idea is you make a beeline to go, but you don't because you hear someone talking. Like I remember this guy in a garage that would kind of have an intercom. I can hear his voice going, "Oh, is someone there? Can someone help me?" You're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And you end up going in there, and there's a big mission. Then, like an hour later, you walk out going, "What was I doing?" That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Um,
Won't play.
Okay, so May, and actually, I want to. My biggest shout out for this section is that 2023 was the year that True Achievements introduced targets,
Ah, yes.
and I really really enjoy them, and a lot of the time they dictate what I tend to focus on each month. With exceptions. I mean, this month is Starfield month, but in May, one of the targets was to play games that had the word red in it.
Ah,
So, you'll remember, guys, we jumped into multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption,
yep.
Yes, we did.
We
That's
did.
right.
which was good fun. And I started Red Dead Redemption 2 that month, which
So,
is
sorry, was that
really
in May?
good fun.
Was it? I thought that was later.
Yeah.
Yeah, May. So, it was good fun. Just Red Dead all month.
Brilliant.
It was good. It's good, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is very good.
Yeah, watching you play, it's an amazing looking game.
Oh, absolutely everything about it is incredible.
So, is that your biggest shout out for the year? So far?
The True Achievement targets are the biggest shout out of the year because they're so much fun. And at the beginning of every month, I have a look at them, and then I clear out my TA to-do list and rebuild it. And then what I do is when I have a blocked out time for a gaming session, I just shuffle my to-do list and it'll tell me what game I'm playing tonight. And it's so much fun.
What
I
a
love
great,
it.
Strange way of playing games.
I know.
You've
I'm-
gamified your gaming.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes I like to throw a little bit of random into my day.
Because there's just not much chaos going on outside, is there?
Well, we're here. It's a calm before the storm right now. But yeah,
Indeed.
yeah,
Yeah.
so red. May was red.
May was red. For me, May was 2 games to shout out. Really good games. One that needs no introduction is Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes, which
Did you ever
you're
complete that game?
No, I got
He
distracted
got-
with other things.
very far.
Oh,
He's-
good. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. He's nearly there.
Yeah, it's almost.
Got to the
And I
underwater
haven't
bit.
dropped the
Underwater
difficulty
place,
down. So
No, actually, I'm super impressed. Okay, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but he got really frustrated. I mean, like everyone does, some of those boss battles are really difficult, and he has not dropped the difficulty down. He's just
I got sick of the. It was actually the
Deep-breasted.
dying, doing the jumping around stuff. That was also like, making me more annoyed.
Carl seems better at that than you and I were.
Ah,
He wasn't
okay.
too bad.
Okay.
found that pretty
yeah.
easy. Jumping around, a wall running. Not too bad.
Okay.
It's the rope grabbing that's the annoying
The
part.
rope
But
grabbing. Yes.
yeah, he didn't seem to struggle with that as much as we did.
He's got bigger
Unless the
hands.
game has been updated.
Yeah, it's gotten
Ah,
easier.
it's been patched.
Maybe.
Nope, they've made it harder. You guys are just rookies. You need to get good scrubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you finished the game yet, though?
No, not yet. We
Right.
got distracted, and we'll find out with what. Because I also discovered Dyson Sphere program in May, and that sucked up a lot of hours and a lot of brain space as well.
Is that
It's a
a
fact-
PC game, though?
Yeah.
It's on PC Game Pass, so it
Talk
hashtag counts.
about
It's
it.
got achievements.
I don't know.
It's got achievements. It's an Xbox game, so it totally counts. But this game, being a factory building sim type game, is one of those games that just absorbs me, and I end up sitting at work drawing diagrams to make sure I have 100% efficiency.
And he was watching YouTube videos, and then he went away that month and
Oh, yes, that's
learned.
right. And learn
But I
actual
went
proper.
away in June or July to an actual factory as part of my job, because not because of the game, but it was a bonus that I was playing the game at the time I went to said factory and got a lesson in factory theory.
Which he loved.
Oh,
It's so good.
fascinating.
It's so good.
Learning all
Remember the
about
days.
factories is incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on to June. We all know what June's month was, don't we?
I was
Yeah.
broken on June and July, I suspect.
And August.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Diablo came out
Yes, it did.
on June. Got early access, which was nice. And I look at what I played in June. What I started in June was Diablo.
Yeah.
That's it.
That
all we
that game that was on your backlog for so long.
That's right. It was. I got it. I'd kind of, no. There's no excuse. It just appeared.
No, that's okay. We'll move on from you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Typically,
No,
June-
but
typically,
Diablo is
yeah,
a-
it's supposed to be the back to your backlog month. You're supposed to pick a game that you
I
want
pre-ordered
to
it
get
though,
into.
and I played the beta. I played the beta, so it's on my
Does not
backlog.
count. Does not count. You're supposed to
Ah.
pick a game you've either started or you've bought that's in your backlog that you
I
need
brought
to
it.
play.
And it was in my backlog, and I played it on the beta. I shall stand on this hill. I shall die on this hill.
Oh my
but it's okay. It's okay because we're talking about what we played this month, not
that's
what
right.
events were going on and who did naughties.
Naughties.
One of us did more naughties than the other.
Should just lied, really, shouldn't I? Just said, "Oh no, I've been playing."
It's not like we can see your public profile on True Achievements.
No, that's fine.
So
Ah.
I tried to go into the backlog, tried to start or do some more of the Ascent and drag Lee into it. And each time I invited Lee to a party, Lee would invite me to Diablo.
It's like a standoff.
tried.
It's like a gaming standoff.
My hands were tied. I was like, I need Lee to help me go through the Ascent, but he's going to help me go through Diablo instead.
Yep. So what's the problem? I don't see the problem.
And then it was more Need for Speed Unbound.
Oh yes.
So yeah, what's it? June. June was a very strange month of just 3 games: The Ascent, Diablo, and Need for Speed.
That's because we were overseas.
In June?
Yes.
No, we went in July.
Well, I had my birthday overseas, so I know that it was while we were away.
That's a good clue.
Yes, that is. Having a look at the achievements. Yes, there we go.
Look,
Good job.
even Oz knows. He just told us.
Well, that explains it.
Yep.
Oh, Chili's just had a half
So
break. Exciting.
yeah, did you feel anything, Lee?
No, but it might take a while to get here. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. To get here.
From Hastings to Napier.
That's right, that's 20 Ks. Might be really slow.
It's
Might
a
get
slow
stuck in the
one.
traffic or something.
Okay, so in June I started Immortality, which I'd meant to start because
So
of
was
your
that on your
guys'
backlog,
reviews.
was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you guys had said, "Oh, this game's so good," and I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't going to play it, but
It's
okay,
worth it. It's worth it.
it's good, it's good." And now I have to decide if I want to buy it to finish it or not.
I think it's worth it because I still need to finish it as well.
Oh, interesting. So do you have to buy... Who's got the home piece? Oh, actually, so you got a new Xbox on the weekend?
Yes,
Have
yes,
you
I did.
noticed
Thank
a
you.
huge difference to the gaming and the quality and stuff like that?
I kind of
Have you
forgot.
turned it on yet?
Yeah, I have, and I played Starfield on it, and Kyle had a look at my screen, and he goes, "Oh, that looks pretty good," and I'd forgotten to notice, and I
Oh,
thought,
okay.
"Oh, it does look pretty good,"
It
but
does look alright, yeah. It's supposed to run
forgot
nice on
to
the
check.
S, isn't it, as well?
We'll get there. We'll get there. But it does run very nice on the S. I'm actually so impressed.
Oh, and Robert,
Yep.
Robert, there is sound because we have other people listening to us, mate. I think it's your end. Someone to say no sound.
No, that's okay. He deleted his message. We forgive you.
Oh, okay.
So,
I got
July.
nothing. I literally got one game in June. Like, seriously, one game. I just played.
And then moving on to July.
I played Unbound, Need for Speed Unbound.
Oh, so you took a break from Diablo.
Yes, look at me go. That was on the 3rd of July. And then on the 28th of July, so I didn't take much of a break, I played Rush Rally Origins, which is actually quite a cool little game. Kind
Yes.
of like...
Can you explain me about it?
Yeah, it's like a top-down... It's not top-down view. It's a weird-looking... It's like a 3D isometric view of a car. It's like a Diablo car game, maybe. Could describe it like that. Just,
That's why you started playing it.
that's right, yes.
The Diablo version of car games.
That's right. Yeah, less guns and demons. But other than that, it was basically the same. No, I'm shocking. I've got a terrible... terrible. Shocking.
Yep. We'll move on swiftly.
I'm a bad man, I know. I don't care.
Okay, are we talking about July now?
Yes.
I also played Need for Speed. Started Need for Speed Underbound.
Undergrounds.
Underbound?
Underbounds.
Unbound in July, and super enjoyed it. And the rest of the month looks like it was just played backlog games, nothing new otherwise. But yeah, Unbound must have scratched that. I want to play something new itch. And I continued with Immortality in July, sorry.
Good.
So as well as Urban Flow,
Cool.
must have had a good long session.
The only game I want to really shout out in July is Hi-Fi Rush. I started-
Yes.
Really cool game. Really fantastically done. It's a really cool game. I recommend everyone jump into it. It's on Game Pass. It's not ever going to leave Game Pass. And it's just fun. Fun, colorful, stupid, funny, really cool.
Awesome.
That's on my backlog now, too,
Yep.
as well.
It's gone into the backlog quite comfortably. So then now we get to August, which was our Patrons Puzzling Picks event. And the way it worked was that patrons picked games for us, voted on the games so that it was a unanimous decision what games we would play. And we were challenged for the month to basically play that game, either finish it, get 100% of the story or whatever. And then also we had a game that we were supposed to play together. And I think we had 1 or maybe 2 sessions of playing with Mr. Lee before he just decided, No, no, he has suffered enough. He's going home.
I did one session of that game.
One session.
How much time have I put into it? It's so bad though.
Oh my word! You
It
have
gets
got.
better.
1.5 hours of gaming I lost there, of Diablo time I lost there. It was insane.
Oh my word!
No, Exoprime
We
was just a
didn't-
shocker.
Oh, thank you, Lee. Sorry, I was just about to say we didn't actually name the game.
Oh,
So
okay,
yes,
sorry.
we were tasked with playing Exoprimal together.
Thanks, patrons.
And
See,
people...
I think the patrons actually hate me. That's what I feel like. Like they like you two and they hate me, and I think that's what it is. That's what's happening.
Well, they tried to bully Kyle as well. It just didn't work.
Yep.
I don't think they did. I think
Oh, they
I think
tried
they
to-
were like changed the bidding at the last moment.
No, they tried to give me a scary game. They gave me like 3 scary games to choose from, and the only reason I managed to be able to choose my scary game was because it ended in a tie.
Yes.
And it happened with a game that you'd already purchased as well. So it wasn't
The
exactly
other one
pushing
was
you
on
out your
Game
comfort
Pass,
zone.
though,
See,
so-
this is why I think they hate me.
Amazing.
Stupid horse adventures too.
So this horse game was
Mm.
fantastic.
Mm.
It was beautiful.
Hmm.
It was everything you wished for and more, wasn't it, Lee?
It's basically Starfield for horses.
Them graphics. And then you find a new horse and you got to scan it.
That's right.
Take it over, knock the guy off of it.
Yep. I
Uh.
don't know what to say about that game.
So
Too
we
much
played
walking.
Exoprimal.
Yep.
It wasn't very good.
No.
Simone and I managed to stick with it for a bit longer than Lee did.
Yep, I played the most out of everybody.
Yes, you did.
I got 7 achievements in that 1.5 hours though. So it's quite funny.
Oh, good on you. And now Tony's playing.
Yeah, with a kid.
Yeah,
We
great.
should jump in with Tony.
We should.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Then the game I was nominated for was Resident Evil 2, the remake. Fantastic game. Probably one of the most standout games I've played this year. It's definitely in the top 5 games I've played this year. It's
Cool.
such a good game. You guys have to jump into it. It's currently on special for, I think, $17, so you have no excuse. Pick up this game. Lee, use those EB game vouchers and get some Microsoft Store credit.
No, because I feel like I've got enough games to play. I don't need to add another game to my backlog.
No, that's not the point of a backlog. The backlog has to grow faster than the games you're churning through. It's the rules.
Okay, Game Pass. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So there's that. And then there's 2 other games I want to shout out for August. Fantastic games. No Man's Sky got an update and just absorbed my life for a bit. Just spent hours and hours in that game for some unknown reasons. Just fantastic. But then a blast from the past came out that was just shadow dropped. No idea it was being worked on. Quake 2. How
Yes.
good is this Quake 2? Not remaster, like Quake 2
They
HD.
didn't do much. They added multiplayer, didn't they, to the campaign? I think it's all they've done to the game.
Added multiplayer, 4K textures, made the music into what, like proper
Sound
stereo?
stereo, yeah.
So yeah, Quake 2, man. What a fantastic game. Fired it up and immediately back to the 2000s, back to exactly where I was as a kid with my computer struggling to run Quake 2 going, music's so good. Oh my word, you shoot some guy and he ducks and you're like, the guy ducks. What the heck is this? That's amazing.
Yep, it was fun. It was a good session, it was.
It was lots of fun. We need to jump in again because hopefully we get some randoms that pull us through even further. But yeah, great.
Yeah, for
fun.
sure.
Quake
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
man.
We'll
Quake
just get some
2,
locals, get some of the listeners jump in with us.
Oh, that's a good idea. People who know what they're doing.
Yeah, only if you know what you're doing, though. Don't expect us to carry you, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Lee and I were constantly at the back,
Yes, lost.
shooting things, missing things all the time.
Yeah. I just had a shotgun. I was happy. Shotgunning stuff.
Yep, just got the shotgun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Simone?
It was fun.
Okay, so we're talking about recent history now. So, as you mentioned, we played Exoprimal. I ended up getting 16 achievements throughout the month
Ooh,
for
nice.
Exoprimal. And of course, the game that was picked for me last month was Stray, the little cat game published by Annapurna, which I still mean to go back to. It ended up being a bit tricky. I had to play it when Kyle wasn't using his Series X because it's exclusive to the Series X.
Not S.
So-
S now?
Well, I didn't.
No,
Now
but
I
you
can.
can play it? Yeah, okay. No, I was just checking if it was S. Yeah, okay.
Yes, and then of course, we found out recently that we bought Stray on Kyle's account. So I can't play it on my S without him being logged in because the home Xbox is the
But don't
X.
you make each other's home?
Do we need to do that, Kyle, do we?
Yeah.
We
If
should
you
do
make-
that so that
yeah,
we can
then you
play
can
each
just share
other's
your
game.
games.
Yeah.
So Carl make his yours, and you make his. That right. Switch around.
Right. I wasn't sure how to do that, so when I sat there playing Stray, basically saying I need a hero to myself and cried a little bit. But
Whimpering to yourself.
I need a hero. So yes, so there we go. Exo Primal and Stray. And Stray's good fun. It's a very chill game and the story's intriguing. The characters are cute.
Robots and cats.
Robots and
Robots
cats.
and cats.
What more could you want? It's the most
Exactly.
anti-social world you could think of, in theory.
Selfish as well, I'd imagine. Not very, very sharey. Either of them, are they?
No, true. True.
Ah, yes. And that leads us, of course, to where we are today, September.
Hmm.
And for me, September is 1 month, one game,
Mm-hmm.
the only game for this month. And it's the game of the generation of Starfield, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic game, which we'll get more into in a bit. But first, your guys, what have you been playing since Lee only got the pleb version of Starfield a couple days ago?
I've only been playing
Wow, okay.
Starfield.
So funny.
So
Oh, I've been playing. No, I've been playing Diablo.
Diablo Starfield.
Diablo Starfield. Yeah. No, nothing else interesting. Ghost Law is quite cute for a bit of a break, but no, nothing really. That Age of Empires 2 was kind of cool to play and brought me back to
yes.
when that game came out, like early 2s, I guess. So
Nice. Nice. So yeah, so that's been pretty much the shout outs for this year for the games. There's been some really cool games. There's been some amazing games, like the horse game that Lee played.
that's
Can never
that's
remember
words.
its name.
Words. Horse Game 2: The Quickening. It's called.
Ah, the best horse wins. He has to cut off the other horses' heads, does he?
That's right. Now that would be a game I'd play.
What was that? The way you could only be the one and they had to chop off
Yeah.
people's heads to get their powers? Starts with an S, wasn't it?
Oh my word! It's Sean Connery. The Highlander. Highlander.
Yeah, Highlander. There we go.
Highlander. And
That's all.
Highlander 2 is so bad, it was called The Quickening. So every time there's a shocking, what do you call it, sequel, we call it The Quickening as a piss take,
Yeah.
really.
The TV series was really good, though.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Wow.
The first one was
Yeah.
really good, and then they should have stopped. They should have gone, oh, that was really good. That was really successful. Let's walk away now.
No, the TV series I enjoyed. It was really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
sure.
of course, Starfield. Now that you've
Starfield.
had a couple days to immerse yourself in the Starfield.
So I played 8 hours,
in like 2 days.
2 days.
That's pretty good going.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd get a good session in just to, have some thoughts.
Yep. Cool.
Good job.
Sounds exciting. So right off the bat, what's your thoughts on Starfield? Before we get into the whole, what have we been doing in Starfield? What is our characters like? Things like that. What are your thoughts? Your quick thoughts?
So I'm gonna
the
throw some
Bethesda's
negatives at you.
first game. Okay.
It doesn't feel that modern, this game, sometimes. It may look that modern, but it doesn't feel that modern sometimes.
Yeah.
It
Fair enough.
reminds me of Mass Effect 3 a lot when you're walking
Okay.
around in the the first city you get to.
New Atlantis.
New Atlantis is very Mass Effect-y. There's lots
Mm-hmm.
of the movement of the person feels like Fallout all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I constantly get flashes of Fallout. When he gets into the spaceship and sits down, I go like, there's something happening. I'm like, I can know this movement. I know this awkward way that they sit down. The facial expressions, facial animations are not much better than other stuff I've seen. Like they've not really done much work on the facial expression. When someone talks, they either look sad or bored. That's kind of they switch between the two.
Or when they try to smile at you, it looks kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like when they show you your teeth when you choose what teeth type you want at the beginning. There's too much walking. I find the walking.
Don't play Death Stranding then.
Oh yeah, exactly. Walking sim, ultimate walking sim. Yeah, there's so much walking.
Yep.
I find the controls to get to your inventory too hard. I don't like the fact you can only have one gun. I think that's stupid because you're like, oh right, I'm shooting distance now. I want to change to my pistol. Oh wait, I've got to go to the inventory. I've got to go to my guns. I've got to go through my selection. Oh, that gun there I want. That's right, and then go back and play again. So there's all these little controls are just a little bit janky, I guess. Is the word.
You haven't favorited any guns?
There is an easier way, Lee.
Okay, and this is what I've discovered: is you have to investigate and do Googles to find out how to do things, which just annoys me. I should expect the game to tell me how to play it, not me to have to go and work out how to play it. That makes sense. There's lots of that going on.
Did you ever play Skyrim?
No.
Yeah, Skyrim's the
Skyrim.
same. There's a lot of mechanics that the game just doesn't tell you about.
I find it stupid. Like I expect to get into a game. It took me ages to work out where to sell stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because at no point it tells you this is where you go to sell things. I'm carrying all this gear going, and I couldn't find my my ship inventory.
Same.
Walking around for ages going, it must be here somewhere, clicking, and then I was like, right, I have to Google it. I Googled it and went, oh, really? Like you couldn't just told me that when I got the ship? Oh, by the way, your inventory's here with a little arrow or something. Because there's a panel in the ship, and also you can do it from your menu system anyway.
Yep.
So like, I literally found out tonight I was playing it. I found out tonight that how I got to my inventory, and then I sold a bunch of stuff I've been carrying. So, yeah, that's probably my main gripes of the game: is too much walking, the janky controls, too hard to travel. Fast traveling's fine, but it's really hard to get to the fast travel. Like you want to get to planet, you have to zoom right out, then do this really weird movement thing, which might hit the planet, might not hit the planet, and then somehow select the right thing, and then you can jump. So it's all, and then when you do planet stuff, you're on a planet, you want to move from planet to planet, fast travel, and it gives you the whole planet. You've got to press another button to zoom in, and then you can fast travel. So it's just lots of like extra clicks, extra stuff you have to do to kind of to do things. Yeah, that's
those are all legitimate gripes.
Yeah.
I completely understand them. Also, which was the last Fallout game you played?
4. I played it for 8.5 hours, 9 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
I played it for a bit, and I kind of got. It was fine. It was okay. I got a bit bored. I started building my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 doesn't have the same draw that it does in as like 3 and New Vegas. There's something in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas that makes you want to go over that hill, makes you want to explore, makes you want to look at what's going on.
But normally
Fallout 4 is missing that.
Interesting stories is normally what does it. Like if it's got an interesting side quest, you're like, oh, this is interesting. I'll go off and do the side quest.
Well, not even. In New Vegas, for instance, I was walking through the desert and I saw a dinosaur in the distance. And it was the first kind of game that I was like, that's interesting. Let me go there. And it pulled me away from the quest I was doing to actually go explore. And then it's the first game where I actually thought, let's go over that hill. What's over that hill? What's going on over here? Let's just go down this way.
So I did it on the first planet in Starfield, the moon that you're on. And it's like, go back to, you do all this stuff and you get introduction to the game, basically. And I was like, there's an unknown thing over there, and it's 1,000 meters or whatever. Oh, okay, cool. So I walk over to it, which takes me freaking ages to get to it, and there's like nothing there, basically. I'm like, oh, now I've got to turn around and walk back again after doing this stupid. Yeah, because I like to walk around places. Like I did, what was I doing? What game was I playing? And I did the whole thing by walking. Because I wanted to walk, even Diablo. So Diablo, there's a whole bunch of statues you pick up, 180, lots and lots of them. I did the whole game. I was like, right, I'm going to pick them all up now before the season kicks off. But I'm going to go on a horse to each one because I know there's always stuff to do on the way. And there's not enough stuff to do on the way when you're doing Starfield. It's kind of sparse, I think. Even though there's lots of them, it's quite sparse. There's only 8 or 2, 3 things to do on a planet normally, unless you want to scan things. Which and just I couldn't initially. Well, when you watching me, like no, this is how you scan. You have to do. I'm like, well, just make it easy. Like just
There's a lot of systems that the game doesn't tell you about. So
I almost think it's built for PCs. You know, I think the text is too small sometimes. I feel like they've got it on the wrong resolution for 4K.
They haven't done
I
UI scaling.
No, I don't
haven't
think so.
found that issue at all.
I noticed it too late a lot of the times. Excuse me.
Interesting. I struggled with Exoprimal. That text was super small. And so for me, Starfield's great. It's bigger than Exoprimal. So, but yeah, that's fair.
So there you go. I just want to put in my kind of gripes of.
Yeah. No, these are all fair gripes, and they're gripes against the creation engine. You know, the engine that Bethesda's built and maintained and done all the stuff.
Have they
it.
just done the same engine as Fallout 4 though?
It's the creation engine. It's
Yeah.
Fallout
Oh, I
4
see what you're saying.
engine.
Yeah, because I went into one of the. Oh, was it a map or something? And it was the same as Fallout. It was green. When I was on the computer, it was the same layout. I was like, it's a Fallout screen. Slightly,
Yep.
yeah, slightly tweaked, but you're like, there's that green to it. Like it's Fallout screen.
Yeah, so it's the creation engine. I think it's creation version 2. So they've done a whole lot of work on it to encompass what they do. But the best thing about the creation engine is item persistence. If you put an item down, no matter where you are in the game has remembered where that item is.
Oh, that explains the headline I saw. Someone going, if you're having inventory issues, just dump your gear on the floor and then go away and come back and it'll still be there. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, that just seems like a nightmare. Like,
It completely is a nightmare. Like, because it remembers where everything is, it's incredible what you can do with items because they have their own physics as well.
Yes, they do.
yes,
Now-
you put your hand up then, just talking an audio podcast.
Well, just because I didn't want to interrupt anybody. On Twitter, there's several people that have started collecting plushies. Okay, and I came across my first plushie today and thought, oh, I feel like I should.
that screenshot you dropped in, I found that plushie too. I didn't pick it up, but I saw that plushie because it was underneath his computer screen. That pink one that is on Kyle's bed. Kyle had a picture of a screenshot, and I was like, I know that plushie, and I saw that plushie underneath a computer monitor when I was doing one of the missions.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up
Okay.
then, but
Mine was a different one. But it was the first one I saw, and I thought, oh, this is something to collect. And then I thought, it was clearly a child's bedroom that I was in, and I was just about to take this
stealing
plushie,
from.
and I thought, oh no, what am I doing? Just because everyone else is collecting plushies, I'm taking this poor kid's fluffy toy away. And so I picked it up again and tried to put it on her bed. And I don't know what I did wrong, but when I dropped it, 2 items in the bedroom just flung themselves at the wall.
poltergeist. It was angry.
Like
It
they
was
were-
a dead child's bedroom, and she was really angry that you're stolen her plushie.
That's right. It was just like one of those ghost things that throw things around.
Amazing.
So yeah. So speaking of physics, yes,
Yep.
items do weird things sometimes. It's very scary.
Very funny. Indeed. So, tips and tricks in the game is that if you come to a toilet, you can actually prop it open if you have something that you can use to prop it open. And sometimes there's things inside the toilet bowl.
I saw that.
There's
Yeah.
no option to actually open the toilet lid. You have to get another object in the game and kind of use it to open the toilets with.
Huh.
Yeah. There's lots of things. Like this afternoon, I was going down some random mine and there was a open crate and with stuff in it. And as I got to the crate, someone tried to shoot me. They shot the crate lid and closed the crate. And I was like, oh, how do I pick up the item now?
Oh really?
Yeah. So
Huh.
if you come to certain crates, their lids can open. They do have items in them. The amount of detail in this game is insane.
Have you picked
Crazy.
up the super duper space? What do you call it? Outfit thing. What do you call it? Where you wear
Spacesuit.
spacesuit.
Oh.
You can get
No,
a really
but I
good
did
one
find
in
it.
the lodge.
Yes.
I found it.
There's a cheat.
found it.
You look at the door and there's a black line in the door, and if you go for it, you can pick up this spacesuit.
Oh,
I'm going back to the lodge.
I'm
Like
not going to do that.
I'm going to go back and do that. It's
That
there.
sounds
Steal the suit. Wow.
So what I've enjoyed though is the little missions, the side missions. The main mission I'm not so sure about. It
Yeah.
seems pick up bits, go and be a kind of scavenger of picking up things.
Yep.
But I like talking to, like, I found the security guards. That was fun because they like offered me a job. I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. Yeah, sounds good. The Vanguard guys, I've joined those guys, and I did the first mission. and took out this big monster thing, which was kind of fun because what you have to do is guide the monster thing through like an alley of lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it attack you because it will kill you, but you have to kind of keep out of the way. And there's a beeper to tell. It's kind of cool little mission. But you got back, you get called Captain. I was like, Captain Howard again. So
Nice.
Cool.
I'm a Vanguard Captain. I got my achievement for getting to that. And also, as another job was the cargo guys on Mars. You can get a job doing that as well. So I'm like, I'm going to do jobs for people because I
Yeah.
think that's kind of fun to do. Like have just get little jobs and do things like that rather than the main mission is like that. I'll just keep. I'll just that's fine.
Yeah, it's a Bethesda game. The main mission is the backdrop. It's an
Yeah.
excuse to go from planet to planet, but you don't actually care about it.
I've done
Yeah, that's
one
fine.
thing out of the main mission so far. One step out of the main mission. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And the rest of the time I've just been talking to people.
That's great.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So there's a bartender in New Atlantis that asks you for help. And if you choose to help them, you have to steal something. And I thought, I'm going to help this person and steal this thing. So off I go to go and steal their cargo back that got impounded. And I walk up to the door and there's a guy there saying, and he says to me, oh, you're not allowed to be here. If you are here for any longer, we're going to have to arrest you. And I was like, oh, okay. So in broad daylight, middle of the day, he was still leaning against the wall. I hacked into the door to unlock it and then wandered in and promptly got arrested. So I was like, oh, this is A, not very clever, and B, he wasn't telling lies. They arrested me and shipped me off to a space station where they have decided that I'm going to be an undercover agent for the Crimson Fleet, the pirates.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So if this was a multiplayer game, Lee, you're the cops, and I'm like undercover as a pirate. So your boss
Oh.
Ooh,
will
maybe I
know
could do
that
both.
I'm undercover, but you won't.
Yeah.
And so my mission now is to go meet up with these pirates. The police guys gave me some contraband stuff, and they're like, "Look, we have a contact on Mars. You go talk to this guy, and they'll set you up with the pirates." And like you can basically say, "Look how bad I am. I have this cool contraband." And so I got into Mars, showed them the contraband, and now I'm on my way to go and meet up with these pirates and become undercover, and see what's going to happen. The pirates might be so cool that I might just, swap allegiance and become a real pirate.
Have you talked to any spaceships when you were floating around in orbit?
Not yet.
So I talked to one today, and one of the options is to basically says pirate brackets, give me all your cargo. Or you can do trade, or you can do kind of have a conversation with them, like, have you got any information and stuff like that. I was like,
Yeah, cool.
oh, that's interesting. So you can just go and take people out. Because you can get bounties on your head, and that must be why. Because remember, you kind of go, what is it? Oh, I think when you join the Vanguard or the security guards, they go, you have to get rid of your bounties to become a security guard, a useless security guard. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh,
Now I know
yeah,
why. It's because you
bounties
can be a
already.
pirate in the sky and take out people's cargo and steal stuff.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's worth talking to them because I was reading someone said today that you can get lots of good missions out of them. There's some really cool missions out of people flying around. Lots of random
yeah.
people you talk to. So you just click A on them, select them, and then hail, and then you can talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lee's decided to be a policeman. I've decided to go undercover to the pirates. Simone, what have you decided to do?
I'm still unaligned at the moment. While I was running around New Atlantis, I came across a kiosk that was looking for workers. And I applied, and now I have a job interview, but it's on the other side of the galaxy. So I have to level up a little bit. I'm level 6 at the moment. I've played longer than Lee, but I'm clearly leveling up slower, which I suppose is just me.
Yeah, I'll be looking at more things.
Possibly I enjoy the scanning. Sorry. My mic is louder than yours, so unless I'm watching your mouth, I
Fine.
talk over you and I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I'm doing a lot of scanning and mining because that's fun.
It's great fun.
Have you done any of the outpost building yet?
No, I haven't. I need to do that next when I have a good chunk of time to figure out what it does. Yeah, I keep meaning to. Now, I'm playing a character like I've never played before. So first of all, I'm playing a male, which is new for me to do on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I ummed and ahed for weeks about who to create, and finally settled on a type of Sherlock Holmes character, a mixture between the BBC version and the Robert Downey Jr. version, although erring more on the side of BBC. And it's been really interesting. I'm chatting to people now in a very confident, cocky-like way,
Yes.
rather than what I would normally do, which is probably quite preppy and upbeat. So that's been weird. And I've also chosen avenues that I wouldn't normally, slightly out of my comfort zone, and then declined ones that I would have normally taken. So naturally, I would just say yes to every mission. But playing a Sherlock character, sometimes that makes you declining missions just because it's not really my thing. And I know the game's huge.
That's probably
so,
where you're getting the XP from, though, because those little missions you get the XP.
No, that's true. But I know the game is huge, and so I don't mind declining stuff. I can always come back if I change my mind. So yes, now I have a story.
Yep.
And can I have a quick disclaimer that's going to feel really lame? And that's that, just for the record, I've never played a Bethesda game. And so how things work and how stories progress and side missions work is kind of new to me. So those that are familiar with Skyrim and Fallout, you'll probably hear the story and think, yeah, that's a Bethesda game. But this is new to me. So just close your eyes and try and pretend that it's not new to you.
Yep.
Okay. So my first side quest that I ever did, I was wandering around New Atlantis, and I came across a scientist guy, and he was looking at a tree.
Up a tree. Yeah.
Looking sad.
I haven't done that one yet. I actually, because that's, you immediately walk in, you hear a security guard talking, don't you? And going, they say something like, there's some nutter scientist guy looking at a tree. And then
That's
immediately you
right.
get a mission to go and talk to him. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was the first side mission I ever did. Now, you'll get spoilers for the story if you decide to continue.
I'll do it, but yes, go for it. It's fine. I'm sure it's
So, scientist guy, and he's studying this tree, and he's looking real sad. And this tree is not behaving like it should do. And basically, he offers you a fetch quest. He's dropped a very specific scientific reading machine on trees to pick up the tree's biology and how it's doing. And he says they've been there long enough now. They've collected enough data. Can you go pick them up for me and bring them back? So you have to wander around New Atlantis, and it's kind of a good way to learn New Atlantis because there's 3 sections of it, and you have to go to all 3 to pick up this equipment. Now it kind of looks like the top of a lamppost. It's got a long stick, and then at the top it's got an egg-shaped part to it, which I imagine picks up the data. Doesn't matter. You have to pick up 4. So I picked up the 3, and then the 4th one was not where it should be, but there was a child there who said that he had been going around looking for eggs, and they were worth quite a lot, and if I found any, could I give him some? And so I come to the conclusion that he's picked up this device that I want because the head looks like an egg, and he doesn't have it anymore. He's sold it. So I have to go to the vendor now. She has it, but she wants me to buy it off her.
Oof, okay.
And I'm thinking, well, this is nonsense. One, this is for science, okay?
Yes.
It's for a good cause. It's not like I'm getting money from it. And I think it was a bit rude. Anyway.
Yep. Fair.
Now, I'm only 2 hours into the game. I'm still learning the mechanics, what you can and can't do, the limitations of social interactions and such. And I think to myself, okay, what would Sherlock do? He's trying to help the scientist guy, and he's got 3 out of 4 of these bits and pieces. And so I just kind of wander around the shop or the building, and you can just waltz into the storage room there, and there's my device. And part of the reason I've played a long time and not gotten much XP is because at first I was picking up everything because it was worth money.
Yep.
Is your dog okay?
I don't know what happened then. Barney. Don't know what it's doing.
So I was picking up everything. That's all right. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, he should be fine. Probably just gave himself a fright when he woke up.
Oh, shame. Yeah. Actually, oh, cool, he's back. I just want to carry on the story. So, I was picking
It's
up
fine.
everything because everything is sellable, right? So I thought this is an easy way to make money. Mistake, regardless. Looked around the room, see if there was anything interesting there apart from that device I needed.
Mhm.
And the security guard walks in.
Mhm.
And so I kind of say hi, and he's kind of bored at his job. And I think to myself, okay, what happens exactly when I steal something?
Yeah.
I know that these Bethesda games, they're complex. That stealing isn't nothing. People will notice. So I decided to test the mechanics of the game. And this was before I saw on Twitter that you could like put a bucket on someone's head. That's bizarre. Okay. So I, wandered out of the storage room and kind of just loitered in the waiting area until I saw the security guard leave the storage room and come back behind the counter.
Yep.
I give myself 3 big breaths and I sprint into the storage room, and then I fumble with the controllers to pick up the device I need, and then I just sprint out of the building. And my poor controller's like dripping with sweat right now because I don't want to get caught. I genuinely don't. I'm not just, find out what happens. I don't want to get caught, and it was against my character to get caught. Okay, I'm role playing here.
Yep.
And I was successful. No one bugged me, and I stood outside, caught my breath, recovered from shock, and I probably nervous giggled. Couldn't believe I'd gotten away with that. And then finished the mission.
Nice.
You're gonna have so much trouble later on in this game, the more you play this, because that's like the simple little missions.
I know. I know. And the more I think about that story, the more I realize I shouldn't have worked myself up so much. But it was my first theft.
Yes.
So I feel like that's a bit of a coming of age story there.
It's when you get chased out of places, everyone's shooting at you because you stole something accidentally. That's when it gets.
Yeah, there
real
we go.
fun. Yeah.
So there you go. There's my most exciting story.
See, I
So
picked up
far.
stuff. I was in the room with a scientist person, and they're talking, so I'm kind of wandering around picking up stuff, thinking no one cares. Like they don't seem to care. You just pick up random stuff, and no one seems to care. Like, oh, there's a
Right.
digi thing here I need picklock things. There's some ammo. Oh, there's something here for like some sort of component I need here. There's also all the stuff I'm picking up. The guy's chatting away. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, what does and doesn't matter. And you don't always know.
Mm.
Yep.
So the most amazing thing so far that I've found in Starfield is those procedurally generated little places of interest when you land your ship on a random planet, like either going into the caves or going into there's this base. The one base I found, it was on, I think it was on Mars. You land in a random place, you walk 600 meters to this base, and the storytelling, the environmental storytelling in this base, it has nothing to do with the game. There's no quests, there's nothing else to do. But as you go through the base, you're reading people's emails that they've sent or that they've received, or messages, you're picking up their voice messages, and you're finding out the story of this base and what's going on. And what happened with this base is these guys were hired as scientists to become xenobiologist things.
Oh, interesting. I've just come across a person that does something to do with that.
Me too.
Yeah, that's their job is they're hired by the military to try and mind control animals.
Oh, yes. I've just met someone that offered me a job.
She begins with H. I don't know how I met. I rescued her ass, but she's being attacked by this big monster thing.
Nice. This
Okay.
this whole base is empty. There's nothing in here, and there's not even pirates, and there's just dead scientists everywhere. And basically, you go through this whole story about how the military is providing these creatures, and the creatures are slowly getting bigger.
Are they called
and more
K? They
aggressive,
begin with
that they-
K, the creatures by any chance?
No, no.
Ah.
They were some other creatures. Because they started off with these sea slugs that they were mind controlling, but the sea slugs weren't very lethal. So they were proving the fact that they could mind control these sea slugs. And basically, it gets to the point where the military is providing these really big, aggressive creatures, and the creatures have escaped into this base, killed all the scientists, and escaped. And like you read the last little bit about the scientist who's like, I'm holding up in the comms room, they can't get me here. And you go into the comms room and there's like the doors busted in and his dead body is just like over the servers. You go, oh, they clearly got in here. But you get some really interesting gear from them. But just that, it didn't have anything to do with the story. It was just a random place that I landed. I think it was on Mars, but just a random place that I went to. You find these scientists, you find this story. There's no one to fight.
I got a feeling that's part of a bigger story because I've just done a mission for the Vanguards and come across the what are they called? Xenophos or what are they called? Xeno something of us? The
Like
scientists.
xenobiologists or something.
Yeah, I've come across one who was head of it and she left. But she's kind of way high up in there and she left for some reason. But on this planet, there's this big monster creature thing. Can't remember the name of it now. Which just shouldn't be there. She's going, this creature, it doesn't come from here. There's something going on. So I wonder if it's something linked to what you're doing there. Like they've been breeding them or doing something to them weird.
Interesting. Because, this is just seems like a random base on a random place. You know, you can land on any part of the planet. And then when you land and you scan, you can get like points of interest around.
Yeah.
So this was just on a random place on one of the planets. And this was one of the random points of interest around that I just decided to explore. And
Now, what's interesting is that most of the stories coming out of Starfield, from our friends at least, will be dialogue driven. And I reckon, Carl, not a lot of people are going to read all those emails you read, and they'll be missing out on stories like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pity, but also the game is big enough to cater for two different types of play styles, or multiple. So those that'll just power through the main story, just want to get to the bottom of it. Those that the main story is inconsequential and they become a space cop, lead a space cop. Or other people like me that will go looking at those random places, those procedurally generated places.
I joined the Vanguards because if you're with them for 10 years, you then become a citizen for the wherever it is, the main place. And no one become a citizen unless they've been in the Vanguard. So that's why I joined it, to become a citizen in 10 years.
So you think it's
you'll be laughing.
time?
I'll be laughing on the other side of your face when I'm a citizen.
Yeah, laugh away. Another trick: if you land on Mercury, don't go to sleep, because each hour you sleep on Mercury is 81 real hours, or like real UCT hours, Universal Central.
Yeah, because it goes so fast.
Why does that matter? Why is that not okay?
It's a long time in game. So it's only 1 hour of sleep, but a lot of time has passed.
How much sleeping have you done?
Quite a bit.
I haven't done any sleeping.
Apparently, sleeping rebuilds your health, which I didn't know.
Gives you
I just
health,
eat food.
it saves.
Same until today.
I'm on day 6 of the game and I've not slept.
And you're wondering why you keep missing those shots.
That's right, yeah. Talking of shots, what do you think of the combat?
It's a Bethesda game combat. You can tell that they're used to sword and shield.
Ish, isn't it? Like shooting stuff is ish, kind of. Because I've got some critical shots on people. I'm like, why? It just says crit. You're like, oh, well, that's cool. Yeah. Some people die 2 shots in them and kill them. Sometimes take about 8 shots. Both level 5. No real idea why. Don't understand.
So, I'm playing melee, which means boxing or
knives.
My rescue axe.
Yes. How's that?
Yeah, because it's hard.
Yeah, because I walked into a room and there was about 6 baddies in there, and my speciality I got being a chef is melee. But I'm like, I'm not walking in with 6 people stabbing them all while they all shoot me. So I got out my laser rifle and shot them all instead. Like it was a bit easier.
Right. So you didn't come out and be like, does anybody want a toasted sandwich?
Exactly. Got some sushi here. The fish is fine. It will not
Yep.
kill you.
Yep.
Uh,
Regarding combat, because I'm trying to do the melee route, it's been quite frustrating at times to have your companion Sarah with you as a melee person because she's stealing all my kills.
Did you upgrade a gun? Give her a better gun?
No, I haven't really spoken to her at all because she's annoying. So
Oh, well, you make her carry your stuff for you. If you run out of gear, give her your stuff.
what if I take away all her guns?
Why? Well, you can do that, but you might be better giving her a better gun so she's more helpful. That's what I did.
No. My
I know,
problem is that she is stealing my kills.
I know, I heard you, but
I don't want her to be better at it.
why don't you then take away her guns so that she has to fight
Give her
people
an
with
axe.
axes like you?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
give her
So-
a rolling pin or something.
I might give it a go. Although, sorry, I'm at a point in the story which I've been prioritizing a little bit where she's a crew member now rather than a companion. So she's actually not around with me anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yep.
No, she's still following you around, but she's kind of handy to have because she does shoot stuff. So, and you still get the XP for the kills. You still see the little 2%, 5. What about XP? You get a
Yes.
kill, it's like 5 XP for a kill. I'm like, really?
Oh, you're looking in the wrong place. I get 25 XP for a kill now.
Well, I got 15 earlier, but I was still kind of. But most stuff's really low kind of XP.
Yeah.
Unless you do missions, that's what missions give you quite a lot of XP, like
They do.
300, 250 XP, and then you get like 5 for a kill, 20 for walking into a room, 5 for killing somebody. I'm like, how does that work? That's
Yeah,
walking
no,
into
they
a room should be less.
Oh, man.
discovering places, I suppose. I mean, what is a space game if you're not encouraged to explore?
Yep. Fair enough.
Stealing my kills is not an XP problem; it's a skill problem. So if I want to rank up my boxing, for example, I need to kill 20 people with my fists.
Fists. I've got amazing armor, which makes me invisible when I crouch down and don't move.
I heard.
So good.
That's very cool.
Oh, that's so
Really
good.
annoyed Carl. I can walk around with my legendary pistol and my invisibility armor, and
Yeah,
Carl's like,
yeah,
what
whatever.
the heck?
What the heck?
So I mean, okay, what Bethesda game would be there if there weren't any exciting and funny bugs or just random fun things that, is just going around? For me, when I was talking to someone, you know how it zooms in on their face and everything else becomes blurry? I was talking to someone and Sarah was following me around as she does, and she gets in the way quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she managed to somehow teleport to the other side of the room that I was talking to this guy in, and then moonwalk backwards behind the guy as we're having a very serious conversation about the future, his future kids or something, telling me about like his problems, clearly trying to give me a mission. And I'm just like, I don't need another mission. And then Sarah behind him is just moonwalking away. Oh, fantastic.
Those scenes where people are doing things in the background have been very funny so far.
Simone, you put up a fantastic video on our Discord.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I was
Hiding in the plant.
I was mulling over how you'd fix that as a developer, because I was chatting to the one lady on my left, and then Sarah's on my right, and she pipes up to chat to this lady. They know each other, but of course, at my angle, the camera's facing Sarah, and there's a plant in the way. I mean, what do? Do you pretend the plant was never there, or
Make it a talking plant.
pretty much?
Fucking plant.
I don't know how you'd fix that as a developer, to be honest, but what do I know?
Oh,
Yeah, those have been good fun. The amount of times I have critically injured Sarah because she
Oh, she
walks
walks in
in
front
the
of
way.
you. Yeah, she does
All
that when
the
shooting.
time.
Yeah, yeah, and she complains at you. I'm like, well,
Yeah, she does.
dude, because she's got this big. At one point, there's a big red mark on her back where she literally walked in front of me and I shot her. She was complaining about that. Can she die? Can she die?
No, I don't think so, because I mean, I whacked her pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Sorry.
she just
I've not
goes down
found
for a bit.
any bugs. I've not found any bugs.
That's pretty
good.
good.
It's been fine. Music's a bit boring.
Oh, I haven't
I've heard
noticed.
that the music gets a bit repetitive, but I haven't had it repeat on me yet.
I couldn't tell you what the music was doing. It sounds like the start of a sci-fi movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's
Yeah,
the
it
last I
does.
hear of it. I don't hear it. It's non-event.
Oh,
Good.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't recall it turning on really excited when you're doing fighting or
Oh,
different
it
when
gets
you
really excited when you're doing fighting. And the reason I know this was because I'm outside of some guy's base, looting away, like, just generally going through
ravaging the place of
someone's
all the good
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just I've opened up a box and I'm doing things, and suddenly the music gets exciting and Sarah runs off. And I'm like, oh, okay. She just got us into a fight.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
I'm
doesn't
busy
care. She doesn't care.
perusing.
She just goes for it.
No, she just, and she's not very clever. She tries to shoot through windows quite often.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm standing outside of a base. There's guys, there's pirates in the middle of the base, and they're all getting excited because they can see us. And Sarah's just standing outside shooting through the window. And the window is like not breaking or anything. So I go, come on, let's try go inside.
What
And
do
then
you
she
think
complains
of
at me.
space battles? Spaceship flying around? Did much
The
of that?
spaceship is quite cool. The flying around's really cool. I enjoy
I
it.
like it.
What about fighting though? Like taking on pirates and whatever when they appear randomly?
Yeah,
Have
I've
you done
done it
much
a
of that?
couple times. It's really fun. I really enjoy the space combat.
Okay.
You know
You
what
quite enjoy dogfighting in general, my love?
Yeah, the dogfighting is really fun. Even in No Man's Sky. Lots
Yeah.
of fun.
Yeah,
So you
and
haven't done the
I-
Vanguard yet, have you? Because there's actually a mission in Vanguard. To become a Vanguard, you've got to pass a space sim. You put you in a space sim to go and fight and do like 3 levels of
Oh,
fighting
I heard it.
spaceships. Yeah,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool.
cool. Oh, good to know.
Hmm.
So as part of my role-playing character, guns are not really my thing,
Mhm.
which has been difficult. So I talk with my fists when necessary, but also,
Love and hate.
also I've been trying to practice social manipulation or dialogue
Ah,
manipulation.
yes.
So, in the very beginning, where you come across the pirates for the
Mhm.
first time, it's your first time. It's your second time doing combat. Sorry, it's not when they arrive on the hangar. It's after that.
Yep.
There's a boss guy, and you have an opportunity to chat to him. He's a pirate, and I had the opportunity to try and persuade him not to bug me, and it worked. So I avoided an entire fight. And I thought to myself, I could get used to this. So, yeah, is that how a build works, guys? I mean, so I'm not a gun person. I'm melee and fists. Sorry, I know that's the same thing, but knives and fists, if you like. And so because that method of combat's quite difficult, it's good for me to up my skills in persuasion.
It's one of
and
those
such.
things that I think, like you said with the skills, you do something, you pick a skill, then you do it 20 times, and then it goes to the next level.
That's right.
So
but
that's how it works. It's still a bit of an RPG thing going on. There's definitely like a character building thing going on.
that's correct. So because I don't want to cripple myself with this melee thing, I should also be putting skills into the social side of things so that I don't have to
I
fight as
would
often.
definitely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
100%.
cool. It's interesting
Yeah, I was going to say something. I can't remember what it was.
because I like shooting usually.
Yeah, it's a very interesting.
Have you
choice
died yet?
made.
Have you died yet?
Yeah,
Oh, yes, lots.
a lot.
I haven't died once yet.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
You're not taking enough risks.
Yeah,
No, obviously not. No.
go steal that thing, Lee. Run out of that building and have
That's
a
why I'm becoming
quick
a
panic
Vanguard.
attack.
The Vanguard guys give you. 'Cause what's happening with Vanguard? They give me like upgrades to my ship. They give me new armor and a helmet and all this gear they keep giving me.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
Free stuff.
Well, we'll see what the pirates give me. They might give me something better.
That's
something
right.
stolen from the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yes, very true. Now, I think if I understand correctly, I'm further in the storyline than you guys are. Where I am in the storyline, they've just given me a constellation suit and helmet.
Ah, yes. Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
think
you
they
have
give
that
me
already?
I
at
have
the
one of
beginning.
those. Yep.
So Simone's not too pleased with that.
Fine. That's all right.
Fine.
It didn't
What
really look that cool anyway.
Ever.
I almost thought about selling it immediately. But... Oh,
yeah,
well.
I've kind of got this Vanguard outfit, and it's not as good as my invisibility suit, obviously. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what's
Right.
the point? So I've just kept it in my stock. I'm like, I'll just chuck it in the stock room for now. It's not even that powerful, but fine. Okay, thanks for my nice hat. And backpack
Yeah,
as well.
the-
Have you done upgrades to your boat, your guns and stuff yet? Have you done any of that?
I've just
You
put the skill where I can upgrade my spacesuit.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can kind of
Go
spend money
ahead.
on. I've just got this quite good legendary pistol, and I've just made it better at shooting. Like like put a different barrel on it to make it slightly more powerful.
Oh, cool. No, I haven't done.
Yeah, I haven't died yet. One chili.
Yeah.
I'm invisible
it's,
though. Don't forget my legendary gear I've got, so it helps.
Yeah. You gotta take more. Lee. Gotta take more. So just
Sorry.
just another tip: when you're in space and flying around with your ship, you can hold B to leave the cockpit while your ship is flying,
Yes.
and then you have the navigation table in the.
Yes. What does
You
that
can
do?
use that to fast travel to planets.
Why don't you just press the button on your controller, the menu button on the controller, and then go up to them?
Because this one's nicer. You have to walk around your ship while it's flying in space.
Ah, I see.
Yes,
Cool.
Lee, let me explain. Kyle is RPGing this to the nth degree.
Oh.
He will walk through a door in the lodge and he will close it behind him.
When I was being chased by a big monster thing, I was closing doors after me at that point. Yeah.
Did that help?
Yes, because it stuck outside, and what's her face was dealing with it, and she
Oh,
was
cool.
complaining a lot about being nearly dead. And I was like, "Can you die?" Nah, surely you can't die. So I left her to it. Let her be the distraction while I was hidden doors.
Nah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you get your first place in the lodge, like your room in the lodge.
Chili's been blown up and she gets killed by creatures like this.
Oh, one of the great things about RPGs is they keep all these stats about how you've died. It's great.
So what about the lodge? I've got my room and I use my safe for initially, but then I discovered it's pointless because I can't get to the stuff other than when I'm at the lodge.
Yes. But what I've decided to do in the lodge is decorate it because it's my room, so I can decorate it.
Nice.
And I've decided to collect every single book I could put my hands on to
Yes.
put them on the bookshelf. And I spent about an hour or so on Saturday stacking books in the bookshelf. The bookshelf, like a normal bookshelf, doesn't sit flush against the wall because the wall has skirting at the bottom. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
kept pushing books too far back and they would fall between the bookshelf and the
Oh
wall.
my god.
Oh,
Then after enough books fall down there, then you can actually get there and start taking the books from behind the wall to start stacking them again. So now eventually I've just got the books stacked on my bedside table. It's easier.
please take a screenshot.
I will. And I've picked up those globes that you get, like the decoration globes that are worth 250 credits, and I've put them in my room. And
Oh, yeah.
I've been collecting plants, the succulents, to put all over my ship.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Got to decorate this stuff. I mean, it's lots
When
of
I get
fun.
my own place, I'll decorate it. Currently, the lodge is just a temporary place with my safe. But once I get once I get my own place, I'll
yeah.
consider decorating it. I think.
I think it's worth decorating your current place where you come back to every so often, if you follow the main story, of course.
Yeah, or sleep. I don't know, sleeping or follow the main story currently. So
We're not rich enough yet, but what do you guys plan on doing with your ships eventually when you can start upgrading
I don't
them?
know. I'm currently upgrading the ship as it goes. So I've been boosting
Okay.
the engine, boosting the shields. I spent about 30 or 40k on it, probably just boosting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just make it slightly more powerful so I don't die like Tony.
Also, another tip that I read on Twitter is if you're boarding a pirate ship in space, don't try get into a gunfight in the cockpit, because if you shoot the glass, it decompresses the actual spaceship,
Oh.
and you
And
can
then you
potentially
die.
get sucked out and die.
Oh, wow.
Do you
Cool.
ever take your spacesuit off?
I've got the option to take it off when I'm in public.
Yes. That's right. Well, I've never taken it off. I nearly did one time, and I was like, no, because then I have to fight with this stupid menu system to put it back on again. And all I forget not to put it back on again, so I just left it on. So I walk around
So-
full space outfit the whole time.
I started taking off my spacesuit when I got back into the ship, and then I forgot about it when I landed on Mars one time,
There you go. Yes.
sucked in dust, and now my character has a cough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got
My
that fixed.
God.
I found the hospital.
Oh,
New
I need to go-
Atlantis has got a hospital. I went there and got my cough fixed. And then I brought all the stuff your medicines that you need to fix coughs. Because I got a
Oh,
cough too.
nice. I need to get my cough fixed
Yeah,
because
go
every
to the
so
doctor.
often I'm busy running around, and then the character coughs and loses some health.
That's right. No, oh, no, he loses a bit of oxygen, doesn't he, when he coughs?
Yeah, the oxygen goes down.
So it costs you
Yeah.
500 credits to get your cough fixed, I discovered.
That's
Worth
amazing.
every penny. But then I brought a load of. It was funny. So I've been looking at all the medical stuff trying to find because I worked out. You know the little warning sign. It tells you what sort of disease it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then you use the correct fix
Yep.
medication to. I was like, okay, cool. All this medication I had like 10, 15 types of medication. Not one of them fixed a cough.
Yeah. yeah.
Stupid. And then I got fixed, and then went on the next mission, and then found a whole bunch of this medicine. I was like, oh yeah, perfect. That's exactly how it works.
God.
Yes, I have no cough
So
now. Though.
funny. Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so parting thoughts. We've all gotten about a couple hours into Starfield now. We're getting to grips with the characters we're playing, with the roles that we're taking on.
Ridiculous controls.
Yep, the ridiculous controls and everything. But what are your final thoughts on Starfield?
I'm still not convinced 100% on it. You know, I still feel like it's a bit Fallouty to me.
You get to a point in the game, and I think it's when you start building like an outpost or modifying your ship a lot, where it kind of flicks from going Fallout in space to its own game.
Okay.
For me, that's kind of happened because I've been landing on random planets. I'm trying to explore all the planets in our solar system at the moment, landing on random planets and just going to see the random things that pop up.
I just find the walking to the new place because you haven't got fast travel yet annoying.
Oh, I love
So
it.
if you land somewhere, you've got to walk to wherever it is you want to get to every time.
Yep.
And I find that just really frustrating. And you can't run because you have no oxygen.
Yeah.
So you literally,
Well,
and
you're
if you're
still low level.
encumbered, you can't walk fast. You have to walk slowly if you're encumbered, I discovered, because it wears out your
Yep.
oxygen as well.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't annoying. That was fine.
Oh,
Yes. I don't know. I was thinking about it this morning going, I don't know. I'm not sure still.
yeah. I think there's a point that you get to where it'll click. Like Scarred has it where it's clicked and it's gone beyond Fallout. I've had that in the random encounters I've done with the procedurally generated stuff on the planets. Nothing to do with the stories, just the environmental storytelling. That's kind of clicked with me. I'm not sure if it's clicked with. Well, Simone's never played a Bethesda game, so for her, this is the only Bethesda game she knows.
Has it clicked? It's a genre that I like, and like I said, it's you can't play a space game without exploration. So of course there's exploration in there. I am comparing it to No Man's Sky a lot because I think it's fair that you could.
Oh, for
They're
sure.
not
For sure.
they're not
Yeah.
that dissimilar that it's stupid not to. There are some things. Okay, there's a handful of things that No Man's Sky does better than Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's a lot of things that Starfield does better than No Man's Sky.
The thing with No Man's Sky is it doesn't really have side missions as such, does it? Or even a main story as such. There is, but it's not kind of structured in the same way as the Bethesda game.
That's right. The side missions, if you could call them that, in No Man's Sky, they're really long. They're essentially side stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer short mission type of things. So,
Yeah.
to be honest, I think lots of people are trying out Starfield knowing they don't like the genre already, you know, and then
I'm
they're
not
not
sure.
enjoying the
To be-
genre.
If you look at Starfield, if you look at Fallout or Skyrim, they have fans which play it all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
those guys will jump across to Starfield
Yeah.
because
and
it's-
no,
Yes.
a Bethesda game. Yeah, I think that
it's,
will.
'cause it's doing exactly what they wanted to do. They're getting a Bethesda game in space.
Yes. Yeah, I
Exactly.
think that's why it'll be successful.
Hmm.
Because those guys just spend
So-
the rest of their life in that game. They'll be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
What is nice is that there is something for everyone. Kyle likes to deck out his room and make it cool. I'm not interested.
I like
Uh,
missions. I like side stories. I like all the side stories. That's what I like.
Side
The
stories
most
are
out of
great.
Any games, yeah.
I like scanning and collecting resources.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I like the ship flying and discovering and landing on new planets. So, there's something for everyone, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
And that's how I'm treating the game. I'm treating it like now I've decided I'm going to do the Vanguard missions. All right, I'm going to be Vanguard now. I'm going to do all the missions of Vanguard and just follow that
Cool.
side track through. Because I like gear. I like cool legendary gear. I like cool gear like that. So I think this is a way for me to do that, is to go and go, right, you have to go here. And then I'll search a place to death, and then I'll go to the next story and do that. I think that's how I'm going to play it.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, no, it's wonderful. And then actually the other game that I would like to compare this to, only because I haven't played a whole lot of RPGs, is The Witcher 3. And apart from the scanning and collecting, I had to tell Kyle that I think I like The Witcher 3 more. But
Witcher 3's got better relationships, I think. You feel like you're
Yeah.
building more relationships from Witcher 3, not just having random conversations with people and then picking up a dynamite for them. I think that's what it
that's
is.
true. You do meet a lot of strangers. I also prefer the combat in The Witcher.
Oh, really? The combat, which is weird.
The Witcher is very
Such a
difficult,
strange game, that game.
but I think I like the outfits. Every spacesuit I've picked up looks ugly so far.
Yeah, that's a problem with a space game. Is
Yeah.
that spacesuits are hard to look cool. You know, you don't ever put on a spacesuit and go, "Yeah, that looks cool," because it's going to be big and bulky. It's got to keep you alive as a human fleshy
Yeah.
meat-sack.
I don't know. My legendary gear is pretty cool. My legendary helmet's quite cool looking.
It looks.
It's only because it's better than Kyle's.
Exactly.
I mean, but at the end of the day, it doesn't look like a real cool set of.
Actually, I
armor
took
that
a picture of my
you-
guy, but my Xbox didn't upload it. I will take a picture and chuck it into.
Cool. Yeah,
Let's
put
check.
it in there.
So interesting, Outer Worlds. I love the Outer Worlds. That was an amazing game, and that's a really cool stories going on in that game. Like a really good main story and lots of really cool little side missions going on. So that's how I'm treating Starfield a little bit, I think. Not
Oh,
No
yeah.
Man's Sky, which is more of a buildy, make up
Yeah.
your own story sort of game.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is more sandbox.
Yeah, for sure. Whereas Outer Worlds is a story and then lots of side missions and side stories and
Yeah.
quite cool characters and stuff going on.
Yeah, Outer Worlds is very much from point A to point B in a way. It's not very open worldy, you know.
Yeah, it's open areas, but not open world as such. Yeah, because once you're there, you do lots of stuff.
Yeah, open field, not open world.
It's an awesome game though. It's a really cool game. And it's quite funny as well.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't take it seriously with the
Yeah.
characters means that it's got a lot more characters, like
For sure.
character to the actual game.
Yep.
Whereas Starfield is trying to be a space sim, where you end up with just some boring
it's a
people
very
stuff.
serious Fallout game, or very serious Skyrim game, or very serious space game. That's kind of how
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
Although I did something. I answered a question. It was the trading guys. It seems it's Sarah, your buddy that runs around with you.
Yeah.
What's her name? So she said, I really don't like these trade guys because they'd asked me to do a fetch mission for them, go and get some money from somebody. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just said, I'm not getting money for you, or something to that effect. And then all of a sudden, in the corner it says, Sarah liked that answer.
Yep.
Yeah,
So what happens with that? Do you know? Does she?
I don't know.
So it's kind of like Fallout with companions, and that is that if your companions like your answer, you build up stronger ties to them. They perform better when they're with you.
Okay,
If they
that's-
dislike you, then that it hinders their skills. They're
Okay,
not so great when they're with you.
okay. Do you get a dog? A space dog?
Oh, I wish
I
I
want
could-
Cosmo. I want Cosmo the space dog, please.
Cosmeet.
Cosmeet.
Yeah, that's what you really want. Oh yes.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
we're done. I think we're.
yeah. We could wax lyrical about Starfield because we have gone in so many different directions, and there are so many different things that we have done. But I think for now we should call it a night, so that we can still jump onto Starfield. It's not too late.
It's
No,
Friday
it's
as well, so
So yeah, we can start playing Starfield.
I'm waking up
Let's see what
tomorrow
we
morning
do.
to watch the French beat the Kiwis at rugby, but other than that, nothing else planned. So
Oh, I didn't know the
the
score.
World Cup
Gosh.
kicks off. Yeah, World Cup. No, well, I don't know the score, but the Kiwis have been playing really badly, and the French playing quite well. So
Yeah,
it could
That's,
go either way. It's the first game of the World Cup as
okay.
well tomorrow.
Oh, right.
and it's the first game, and the Kiwis have a very hard game, don't they?
They have the home nation, yeah.
Oh,
Tony says, "Wow, Lee, NZ will win.
yeah.
Le
As
Bleu,
much as
Le
I
Bleu
want to
will
believe
win.
that.
Le Bleu victor."
As much as I want to believe NZ will win, I have a feeling that unfortunately the French have been playing
They
really
got
well.
spanked by the South Africans last weekend as well, so that's not going to help
That's
their
not a
confidence.
good look either, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Not in the slightest. But we are not the sports cast. So
No, that's Moment Podcast.
we have a special sports channel in our Discord for this
We
nonsense.
do, and it's basically me
do.
and Gary, wasn't it, for a while? Because no one else was talking there.
Because all
Everyone
you guys
just-
are talking about is English soccer.
Well, because that's a football. Football.
No. English soccer.
Football. I'm going to kick you out of that room. I'm going to ban you from that room somehow.
That'd be funny.
Yes.
All right. Well, Simone's last show, guys. How are you
Yes.
feeling about it?
Well, it's
It's
going
now
to be...
going to be up to Lee and I to run this show, and I don't know how we're going to do
I
that.
don't know. Who's going to keep us in line?
It's going to just be chaos.
I'm like Mary Poppins.
Something like that.
What?
I keep you in line, and then
Right.
then it's time for me to go.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I feel like I've done my work here. I'm off now.
My work here is done.
Yes. They have learned
Um,
nothing.
No, we have more patrons than we've ever had, so my
It's
work
true.
here is done.
There you go.
Indeed. Yeah. So I think that's us for tonight. Thank you, Simone, for joining us on Game Face, for making it a lot of fun with Purple Pants stories and random other stories of Dying Light and things like that we've been playing. I'm sure it's not the last time you'll be on the show.
Nope.
So,
Nope. I will always have opinions, and I always like sharing them.
yes, some
Excellent.
spicy
That's
takes for the podcast.
Basically a
Oh.
podcast. That is basically what a podcast is, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So yeah. On that note, I think we are going to go and play Starfield. Some more Starfield. So thank you guys for listening. Thanks for hanging out in the live chat on YouTube and on Kick. And for everyone who downloads the audio podcast afterwards, make sure you check out our website. Make sure you join our Discord and other such fun things. We have a Starfield forum in our Discord, which is really cool. So if you're playing Starfield and you want to show off your ship, your character, or share a funny story, jump into our Discord. We've got a complete Starfield forum going. Feel free to run amok. And also, if you want to stream your game to Discord, because now the Xbox update is out for streaming to Discord for everyone, our Discord has 1080p 60 FPS streaming thanks to our fantastic
And people
Discord
actually
testers.
watch you. I had like 4 people watching me when I did that.
It's
Yeah, it's good
Starfield.
fun.
Everyone jumps into the voice chat and then just yells at each other. It's hilarious. I love it. It's lots of fun. So consider streaming to our Discord. I mean, it's there. If you remember, it's free technically. So
It is free.
Just-
No, it's completely
just
free.
boost the
Not-
server.
yeah,
I mean,
not
that's all
technically.
good.
It is literally free.
So yeah, that's where you can find the podcast. I'm sure by now you know the spiel. So Simone, where can people find you now that you're not going to be here anymore?
I am JimBeanNZ on Xbox and Twitter, and of course, I'll still be frequenting the Discord.
Yep.
With all my hot takes.
Yeah, we look forward to these gaming hot takes.
Oh, thanks.
Or
Thanks,
just
guys.
hot takes in general.
Thanks, guys.
Mr. Lee, where do you put your hot takes?
Probably in Discord more than anywhere else, actually. But I'm on Twitter as Lee Howard, and Xbox as Lee Howard, and Twitch as Lee Howard 25.
And you can find me on Twitter and Xbox at Zarkris. The spelling is in the episode description as per normal.
It's
We've
actually
got
on the
little
screen.
text.
It's been staring at me the whole time.
I know, it's good, isn't it? It's burning into your OLED.
That's right.
All right. So, 50th episode of the year. Good job, guys.
Yep, thanks,
Good
Simone.
job.
It's been a good year.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
See you on the other
been
side,
fun.
Simone.
Lots of fun stories. So with that, it's time for us to head off. So thank you guys for listening. We have been the Xbox Cast, and we'll see you all on Xbox Live. Goodbye and good night.
My reel went off.
It did indeed.
Oh, my phone's on quiet.
Oh, so top tip. You can change your companion's outfit when you're trading stuff with them. You just have to look for the equip option. So you can put them in hats and stuff.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to start putting Sarah in some really bad outfits.
Yeah, the picture here, she's wearing like a cowboy hat.
Nice.
Oh, so good.
Emily's been very cheeky in chat.
Yeah, well, I guess you guys set a precedent when you only talked about Destiny for a whole year.
2 years, but yep.
And and then, but you guys have gotten better. You play a wider variety of
We've
games
evolved.
now. You've evolved.
Broke our addiction.
I mean, I don't even imagine you'll be playing Diablo as much as you played Destiny back in the day. So
No,
guys have grown
it was
up?
seasonal, I guess. So I might play it as seasonal for the first month or so when it's out of seasonal, and then I'll drop it again, probably.
but what changes per season apart from the gear you get?
It might be a new character drop in. That's when I would play. And when they get the healer drops in and stuff like that, that's.
Yeah. When they what other characters would they put in Diablo?
There's no healers. There's no support characters at all currently. So they have to drop a support character of some sort.
But Diablo's never had a support character.
It had a paladin.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Paladin would be good.
Yeah. I believe that's what everyone was guessing. Paladins will be next. It'll be one of those things if someone goes, oh, new season, who wants to jump in? I'll be like, yes, let's get in there. You know, start a new character, get into it. Because it's fun. I like playing the multiplayer. On my own, it's fine, but I prefer jumping in with people and actually playing. It's way more fun.
I suppose if I'm busy in the future, but I have time to game and have a story to share, I could write you a little letter as a fan and be like,
Can you email
oh, this funny thing.
podcast at the XboxCast.co.uk, please?
Yeah, I will. I'll say this funny thing happened to me. If you think it's funny too, do you want to share it on the podcast? But then if you think it's not funny, you could just like not mention it at all.
That's embarrassing, Simone. Come on. That's not very good.
No, that's okay. I can write in an interesting way, and then Kyle can read it out.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Just come on. Just come on for 20 minutes and bugger off again. You could do that. Just do best guest appearance. Don't have to be on for the whole podcast.
I did actually have an idea. I'm glad this is off the record technically.
Yeah,
But in
there's
the
everyone listening,
future-
but, yeah.
In the future, I mean, if I have things to say, I could have my camera off, muted for most of the thing, and if I have 2 cents to share, just unmute myself, say what needs to be said.
You can be the
and then
voice from
mute
above.
again. Yeah, like that guy on the Joe Rogan show that we don't know his face.
Mm-hmm. The producer.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be like that, just in case there's, kids screaming or something.
That'd be fine. Just put some headphones on the kid.
You
Some
can
music or something. It'd be
listen
fine.
to us.
Exactly. There you go. It'll
Put
be
tape over
soothing.
now.
It'll be soothing for the kid. Listen to us.
I think so. I like Kyle's voice, and then your voice is naturally nice.
Oh, yes. Amazing.
You'll be surprised. You'll be once you get into routine, you'll be okay. It's just the initial routine bit that'll be the fun bit.
I think so. But we're giving ourselves a lot of grace and just saying, you know,
No, don't put pressure on yourself because it won't work out. The kid will do the opposite to whatever you want to do, so you need to not.
right. Whatever
Funny,
happens,
funny.
happens.
Exactly, yes. It's
Yep.
normally the first 6 weeks are pain because it's completely different for you and baby.
Yes, I have heard the first 6 weeks are the hardest, and the first 2 months are the
2
hardest.
months. Yeah, well,
And
if you
it
get your
just
first
gets
6
easier.
weeks, after the first 6 weeks, it should settle down a bit
Okay.
because you get feeding
Yeah.
and sleeping sorted, so you should be okay.
And that's been quite nice to hear. To hear that it slowly
It
gets
does.
easier, which is
Yeah.
nice.
And then it's a nightmare until they're 2 or something. So, other than that, fine.
Sure. I reckon when baby turns 2, Kyle, we get your mom back over here for 3 months.
And then you go on holiday.
definitely.
We're off. See you later. See you later. Oh, you want to hang out with your grandchild? Here you go.
Yeah.
We're
here
off
you go.
to Vietnam. We'll see you soon.
Or, I mean, we can always ship the kid off to New Zealand. Mom and dad can look after them.
Just put it post it. I think they have special
Uh.
cases you can put kids in. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Just
Oh,
make
okay.
sure they're fed.
That's right. They'll drip feed them. Just a bit of water. It's like a hamster thing. We just have to.
Yeah,
water,
yeah, the hamster thing. Yep.
I'll be fine.
Anyway.
Just drop in when you feel like it. That's all you do. Say this week I feel like it, and we
Yeah.
can always change the day as well. If you find days are better than other days, we can always change it. It's not set.
I'm glad you guys are flexible. I mean, chances are I actually probably haven't played any games. But
Or
yeah.
you're like, I'm not playing many games, but actually the kid's sleeping. You're like 2 or 3 hours into stuff. I've got a 2-hour gap. Kid's sleeping. Right. Must find
I
those
know
purple pants.
that's Kyle's plan. If I'm having a nap, he got the idea from you really, just to have baby on his chest while he plays games.
It's cool. Yeah, it's good.
You're looking forward to that, eh, my love?
Yep.
It's when they're
Indeed.
sick on your chest is annoying, but other than that, that's. They
Well
burp.
done, Lee.
I can have it too easy, bro.
Yeah, no, I think he keep. Yep.
Oh no. That's gonna be close.
Oh yeah, because you'll burp them, they go, "Bleh," and then it all just comes out. You're like, oh, that's great, thanks, bro.
Oh, and then they get hungry again because they just throw up all their food. Oh my word. They're not very clever, are they?
No, they're a bit special.
Mm. Oh well.
Amazing. All right, well, let's go. Let's get out of here. It's only half
Yeah,
10,
thank
which
you
is
guys for
nice.
listening.
Yeah. Thanks,
Who's going to
guys.
keep these
Thanks
bozos
for
in
hanging
order?
out.
Exactly. Exactly.
We're gonna have to rely on you, chat. So everyone in chat say yay.
Oh,
Carl is the only one who ever does anything in chat when he says stuff like this. Everyone else joins in.
Probably because of the lag. So people are like listening to us.
Oh,
I
it's the
type yay,
lag.
and then they hear me talk about it.
Yay. Oh, that 186 is there.
oh, thank you. I can still keep them in line. You just won't see me do it. I'll be sitting next to Kyle.
Just clip around the back of the head or something.
Yeah, with maybe a Nerf gun. Keep him on track. Because they don't hurt, but they do give you a fright.
That's not very nice at all. I don't like that idea.
It's okay. What about one of those guns that shoot the sticky things, the plunger things?
Ah, yeah. Or just get a spray
You can
bottle.
just be
like
right
how
in
you
front of
chat.
him, looking at him directly in the eye on the other side of the camera.
A spray
Oh,
thing would be a good idea, except you're next to technology, so.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Yeah, producer, you can just do the stream. Just sit there doing the stream. It's right until the baby decides that they actually don't want to sit here now and do something then.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Then they wander off or make it your problem.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Sorry about mentioning my feet, Kyle. It sounded like you didn't appreciate that at all.
I think it's a
Oh.
podcast title. It's amazing.
Gosh. They're so
I'm
fat.
sorry.
They look like unhealthily fat.
I know they do, but I just think it's funny.
Oh, my word.
Inflatable Starfield feet.
Actually, I wonder if I were to go swimming, would like my feet float to the top? Would I be better at floating now? Anywho.
Oh, well.
All right,
Anywho.
people.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining 186.
Yep.
With all your nonsense. We will still put up with you.
So much nonsense.
But no, thanks, guys. It was great fun.
Yep.
Like-
And new news will still continue until baby comes.
Yep.
So you'll still see the boys.
Oh, yes. And then when Carl disappears, we're going to get Paul in. Or randomly, people.
Yeah.
Might try and get Keel to join us sometimes and people like that. Just to, and maybe Cam, just do random people.
Yeah. Maybe if 186 gets an Xbox, he can join for the news.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. If
Or
he,
your dad's.
Oh, yeah. Get his dad on. That'll be great. It'll have,
Yes.
it'll have two
Yeah, no.
podcast. It'll sound amazing.
That'll be fantastic. And he'll know what he's talking about.
Exactly. And like 186.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll just, through you, can we talk to your dad, please?
We don't want to talk to you.
Does the dad listen to the podcast?
Yeah,
not, why
actually,
not?
did you mention the podcast to your dad? I know I asked you in Discord, but I don't think you
No, I
answered.
think he's ignored us. Yeah. He's ignoring us. Yeah. He's crying.
Oh no.
All right, bye, people. We're out.
All right, bye everyone.
Later.